first podcast we recorded. We had a little bit of trouble getting it set up. Computer problems, computer issues. MacBooks don't have USB ports apparently, which is really helpful. Gotta love that. It's great. Really applaud Apple for the great product design. So we are here now. We do have a USB port in a laptop that has a mic plugged into it, which lets us record audio, which is just great. So we are recording the podcast. We'll start with some introductions, I guess. To my left, I got Noah. Across the table, I got Skylar and Sean. This is your host, as always, Stu.
Alright, so here's something I was wanting to bring up. We were talking about this earlier, but so Skylar and I and Sean, we all go to bigger schools, like bigger colleges. Me and Skylar, we both go to Ohio University, and Sean goes to Moorhead. Stu's still in high school, so he doesn't really know, but we were thinking, so say, like, I have a 9 a.m. psychology lecture of like 300 people. So it could just, like, anybody, like, just walk in there and sit down because the doors aren't locked to get into, like, the hall. And, you know, it's 300 people in the class. You know, they're not going to, like, notice you or anything. So if, like, you just wanted to walk into some random college, some random class, could you get away with it?
If it's like a big, like your gen ed in a big lecture hall, yes. But if you're in, like, a major class with, like, 15 to 16 people, no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, it'd have to be with a big class.
Oh, yeah. Like, if it's in a big lecture hall, yeah, no doubt.
Like, I think last year I had a comms lecture, like 380 people. And there was, I mean, you look in there and there's people you've never even seen before. I see people, like, different people every day. Like,
yeah. Yeah, here's the weird thing. The other day, my music class, there's probably 80, 85 people in there. I walked to class in the pouring rain. We got there. There were only 10 kids in there. We got in there. We were in there for 5 minutes. The sound didn't work on the thing, so we could leave. I had to walk back in the pouring rain. It sucked.
Usually, like, if honestly, where I commute and you have to park out in God's country because OU just fucks you on the parking.
Yeah.
If it's raining, I just won't even bother getting out of bed and going. I'll just stay in bed, honestly.
So that's like the worst thing though. Like, I always bring an umbrella just in case, dude. You never know. You walk out of class and it's fucking pouring rain, and then you go back in, and then you come back out and it's the sun's out. You never
That's the problem with Moorhead in the winter. It never snowed. It snowed 2 times, if that. And I don't think it was even above an inch. But it was weird because it would be like 10 degrees and perfectly sunny. But then, whenever it be 35, it rained. Why couldn't it snow when it's cold and not rain when it's warmer?
It's always like, even when we were in high school, we'd do that. It feel like it would just. Like,
I guess we still got a lot of snow days.
Only because where our school system was like laid out, and we just got lucky.
Since we're a county school,
right?
From county.
Yeah, you gotta look into all the back roads.
You got kids like me come from Wilkesville.
They're not going to cancel like city school because literally all it is just like
right. The
like
River
Valley and Galpas.
Yeah.
River Valley would always cancel, and Galpas get ticked. You go to a city school, you're not going to get canceled.
Yeah, right.
It's like Jackson. Jackson was like real hard on not canceling. Like literally the only hill most of those kids are going to have to like get up and down is the hill to get into the school.
Why does Wellston cancel more?
I just don't think Wellston has any idea what they're doing, but I don't know. Well, Wellston's kind of stingy on it. They're near Jackson, but they don't cancel as much as we did.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But they still cancel a lot compared to most city schools.
Because Wellston barely can afford money to put salt in the truck. That's why they probably.
I guess
that's the thing too, though. You got like, their county has a bigger city, like 2 bigger cities.
Yeah, you know, Wellston isn't the city school for Jackson County. Jackson's the city school for Jackson County. There's, because people from Jackson go to Jackson High School. I mean, that's what it happened.
I don't know anything about Oak Hill.
Yeah, I can't say anything about Oak Hill.
I bet they cancel a lot.
Probably.
I bet they cancel more for floods than we do. 93 floods.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There were times going down to Moorhead, I couldn't take 93. It was so flooding.
Yeah, I never thought about that. But, it seemed like flooding was worse than year than it has been in like past. Cause I don't ever remember it being this bad.
Yeah, I think
it was bad. Our junior year was bad. It was real bad our junior year.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, I mean, we had practices, like 4 of us were there.
Yeah.
You go to basketball practice, like 4 of us there.
Oh yeah.
Like Tristan and them couldn't come from Zaleski.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that would have been my freshman year. I remember that.
That was one of the years that 160 was close. I had to go all the way through Jackson to get to practice.
I just said, nope, I'm not going. I'm just going to stay in the Ville.
You had to go 33 to Jackson.
No thanks. None of that. No.
So since we're on the topic of school, I guess we could talk a little more about colleges. If you guys, are interested, talk about your college experiences so far, freshman year for all you guys.
I mean, I'll start. I don't know. It's weird because from where we commute, we don't live in a dorm, so we don't really get the dorm life or none of that. But I mean, other than not living in a dorm, really, it's just about the same. Honestly, you still meet people. You can still go out, do all that kind of stuff, but you just don't have to live in a dorm. You just go home every day.
Well, when you talk about dorm life, it depends on what type of dorm you live in. Because I live in a four-person with a bathroom in our room. I don't have to deal with the community showers, anything.
I guess that's true. I know a lot of the dorms at OU are community showers and stuff.
There's only...
They're all really old though. I mean...
Well, it depends on what dorm you get. Like,
Right.
they just built a bunch of new dorms in the dirty south.
Yeah.
So those ones are like Tanaka. Those ones are all new, and then they just redid. I think they just redid Boyd. I know Jeff's really nice.
I put my name in a waiting list to be in the newer dorm. I think they built it. It'd be like 2016, 2017, like 3 years ago.
But isn't yours like a big tower?
It's not a tower, but it's big.
Like how many floors?
9 floors. I live on 9th floor.
Yeah, no. I think the biggest dorm at OU, probably Bromley.
Probably 4.
I don't know. Bromley might be 9.
But the waiting list I put myself in, the rooms, you have your own. It's an apartment. It might as well, it comes with a full-size fridge,
Oh, really?
full-size bed. You have your own room. There's like a sink, kitchen, everything. It's
That's really cool.
OU, I don't think OU's got so many kids. I don't know what the enrollment is for Moorhead, but
in our class, there's about 1,300 kids.
no, there's more than 1,300 kids.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think there's like 10,000 kids in my class.
I think there might even be more than that. I think there's 20.
I think there's like 1,300.
Yeah, we can get the list of OU's enrollment.
But yeah, I think a lot of the newer ones though, I think they're all like singles and doubles.
I know my buddy Dalton, he's got a single for next year.
And even though the doubles, because I put my name on the waiting list to that, it's called Andrews Hall. I put my name on that for a 4-person and a 2-person, and even the 2-persons are like when we went to the I Believe, how we had to share the bathroom.
Oh, right.
That's how those are.
Yeah.
I guess it's not. It's 2014, so this is 5 years ago, but it's 29,000.
That's
So,
total.
I'm pretty sure it's around 20,000 this year.
Does that include
Just your
grad
class?
students or?
I assume it just.
Or is that
Includes
the
everything.
total populace, or is that just your class?
That's just everything.
Yeah, that's total.
Then
Population.
there's no way you get 20,000.
I don't think
No,
there's. I don't.
Let me look up enrollment.
Classes of 20,000 would put you at in the range of
Maybe
65 and up, which just doesn't happen. That's not a heard of number for college enrollment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's not going to
more
have.
than you guys, but
Ohio State's got like 60,000.
Yeah, and that's
I mean,
that's top 3 biggest in the nation, I would say.
Yeah,
So
Ohio State's huge.
yeah, Ohio State's campus just kind of, you put it in perspective against other Division I schools. It's crazy. I mean, you look at a campus like Ohio University compared to Ohio State's. It's weird that they're both Division I. They're the same class.
Is
Those
Ohio
are
State the
just huge.
biggest university in the country?
That's worth a look. It's in the top 5, I'd say, in the top 10 at least.
What do you think is the biggest?
UT Austin's really
I
big.
was like, I'll bet Texas is huge.
Yeah, Texas is
They have a
huge.
nuclear reactor
Yeah,
on Texas campus.
Central Florida,
I believe that.
UCF is 56,000. Texas A&M's 53,000. Now I don't know what this is.
is that off
August
enrollment?
8th, 2018.
That's off enrollment.
This is
UCF
undergrad. These
also-
are undergrads.
UCF is also like the biggest party school in the country.
Yeah, UCF's a big school.
Ohio State's third, 52,000,
Yeah.
and Arizona State, 42.
Yeah, Arizona State's big. I actually forgot about that. That is
UCF, I would have never thought of UCF.
yeah,
being
that's
the
not
biggest.
something I would have thought about. I thought Florida and Miami would get more in the state of Florida than UCF would.
But I don't know if I could go to a school in like a big city.
I think it'd be cool.
Like I like the idea of a college town.
I think there's in a big city there's like a sort of its own division, I think, for the university, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, like
if
when you go to a school in a big city, you are basically a city in itself.
Yeah, you're kind of like in a college town, which is in the city.
Yeah.
Like the college itself is sort of independent from the city, but you're right there next to the city. So if you want to go to the city and do something cool, you can. You're right there. But if you just want to relax on campus, you don't have to worry about all that traffic and all the city life because you're kind of in your own like bubble when you're on campus.
Because I know,
It's kind of like a suburb.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like its own little district.
But like Moorhead, it's just Moorhead.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, if the college wasn't there, it wouldn't be hardly anything.
No, there's campus, and then once you get out towards the interstate, there's just a couple of gas stations and a Walmart,
Yeah.
and then the campus is tucked back off the interstate.
Well, when the students are at OU, it doubles Athens' population.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Athens is, I guess, is a little better than Moorhead when it comes to being a town, but not by a lot, I don't think. I don't know though.
Like East State is basically Moorhead's town.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like
yeah,
if you
okay.
take away everything between, like, say the overpass on East State is a cutoff,
Mhm.
and you just put the campus on this side of the overpass and then East State over here, that's like Moorhead.
That's Moorhead.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Athens has like the all uptown, and then like okay, I get you then. Okay, all right, I feel that. But OU's campus is weird because, like, to me it seems hidden. Like before I went to school there, like I didn't know some of the roads went back in there.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Like you walk like when you know where Baker Center's at. Like when you come up to the roundabout, and like I guess people who don't know listen. When you get off the highway, you take an exit, and it brings you into the roundabout, and you can see like the convo where they play basketball sitting right there, the football stadium, and like you look across the river, and you go across this you go into the roundabout and go across this bridge, and it brings you to a light. You know, most of the time when people go to Athens, they go to watch the football games or the convo, so they just right there. But if you go like straight,
Back towards the fairgrounds.
no, that's left.
That'd be going left, right?
Yeah, but
If you go straight through that light and it go through the crosswalk and turn right to go like past the front of Baker
Yeah.
and go up in there, or even like go straight, keep going up, and then like you're going up the hill and Beat Ups is right there on your left, and you go like right, and Bentley's on your right, and Copeland's up here, and you go right. Like, can you go right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go
Oh,
right.
no, you can't.
That's the
There's
one way.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go left, go up to the first slide at court.
No, see, what you would do is you would, right before you get to, like, B-dubs,
Yeah.
you would turn a right before that.
Yeah, and it'd bring
back
you,
alley.
yeah, and it'd bring you right there.
And then you would just keep going straight from there.
All right, and
Right
then
in
it'd
front
bring
of
you out by
Baker.
like the top side of Baker,
Yeah.
and right there by the library.
Right where all those buses drop people off and pick people up.
Okay, yeah. So then, but like what I didn't know was like where like Nelson Dining Hall is. Like I never realized like any of that was there.
Yeah, it's all just tucked back in, like behind what you would normally see if you're going on, just a normal trip to.
Right, and even
downtown.
if you went past by Ping, you can't even see it. You literally have to walk up in there.
Now, does OU have esports teams?
I don't know. I know, like actually, I don't have a clue.
I don't think so. They don't have a.
It's not like a collegiate level.
Yeah.
It's all
No.
student
OU
ran.
doesn't even have a men's soccer team.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
Well, Title IX.
Title IX. They had to cut a lot of stuff.
What's Title IX?
Basically, the amount of boys sport you have also has to like not outweigh the amount of girls sport you
Yeah.
have.
So yeah, right.
Theoretically.
No, I don't think OU has it. No,
Yeah,
I think no.
Yeah, I think.
I know, like Tiffin, they have esports teams.
Shawnee's got an esports team.
Yeah, Shawnee does have esports.
Yeah, mostly everything at OU is more like student ran.
But
Like,
what?
I know there's a couple semi-pro like Overwatch teams. And
But like
stuff.
at Shawnee, what games are esports teams?
They have.
I think they have Call of Duty.
I went
They have Call
there
of Duty?
for a conference.
Pretty sure they have Call of Duty.
I know they have Overwatch. I know they have Rocket League.
They have Rocket League?
Yeah.
Ooh.
99%.
I've watched their
Call of
Rocket
Duty.
League team play. They're pretty good.
So like
they.
you put them in division, champ, grand champ.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. They have the. I'm not sure what it's exactly called. They have a collegiate series going on recently. Shawnee was in. I think their teammate Sweet 16.
Of what game?
Rocket League.
Okay.
Both. There's two Ohio State teams that I think were
For
in.
Rocket League?
Yeah, in the Elite Eight. They're both really good. Their JV and their varsity. I think Ohio State's JV beat Shawnee State's team that they brought.
So
So they don't have like divisions and stuff for that. It's just you.
No, you just play,
Yeah,
right?
see, that'd be cool though if they did have like the Division One.
Yeah, I mean that's just one of the things as more schools get integrated into it. I'm sure
Right.
they'll probably come along with divisions.
So OU's men's sports, they have baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, and wrestling. That's it for boys sports.
Yeah,
For women, they have basketball, cross country, field hockey, golf, soccer, softball, swimming and diving, track and field, and volleyball.
Moorhead has bowling.
Yeah.
See, a lot of the stuff we have though, but it's not considered a college sport.
Like
It's
our
considered a
our
club
hockey team, like OU's hockey team is just like stupid good.
Yeah.
They're
It's considered semi-pro.
they're dummy good. Like
Yeah, that's not listed.
I mean, we're
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So why?
preseason top 5 every year.
I don't know why.
That's kind of weird.
Maybe or do the kids that play on OU's hockey team, do they even go to school there?
Some of them don't.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Oh, that makes
See,
sense.
it's a club sport, so like.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
See,
Actually.
they're technically semi-pro, so like.
But
you
it's
know,
weird
if
it's a
you-
club
yeah.
sport, but they still play close teams. They
See,
still play other colleges.
It's
Probably because the other
colleges-
colleges that are set up like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of other colleges.
But do they still play in a tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not the NCAA tournament.
Okay, right.
It's called like the ACHAA.
It's
I
weird.
think.
Okay,
Something like that.
that makes sense, I guess.
But like, what sucks is like we'll get to the national tournament, and then every year it's like the Blue Jackets squeak by in the playoffs, and then they steal all of the good players.
Someone,
Yeah.
someone
end
said
up
this
getting
on.
knocked out.
Someone said this on Twitch the other day. How they made the new esports jerseys. You want to call them on Rocket League? Like for Cloud9.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What if they made them for like the college teams? Like if they had like the Oregon,
Yeah.
Decals.
Yeah. That would be really cool.
like the duck wings down the side of the car or something. That'd be
Yeah. I
really cool.
mean,
How would they do that though? With all of, I mean,
We make
heck, they don't
players.
even make NCAA sports games anymore.
right.
Make
I
the player
mean,
exclusive. It's like it'd be like Nike making
Right.
a jersey.
yeah. It's the same kind of concept. They just have to get it approved through each university. You know,
Yeah.
you'd have to go through.
Have that collegiate stamp on there, and then you're good.
I mean, that would be awesome. You know, especially they were player exclusives. You know, you'd be really
I think it
cool.
would be cool to keep it.
I mean, I don't think they would sell them to make money.
No, they couldn't do that. I don't think that would probably violate some rule.
Well, I bet you could, because they still you can buy an Ohio State football jersey.
Yeah, and you can, and I don't really know how that works because you can buy Ohio State player jerseys.
But they don't have names on the back of them, do they?
Yeah, they do. You
They
can
do?
you can buy Ohio State jerseys with player names on the back of them.
And that's
They're-
making a brand out of a player.
exactly.
You
It's,
have to pay the
it's
player.
yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not even don't even pay them a salary. Pay them per jersey sale.
Yeah,
right.
I just think that's a whole like mess. Like if you're gonna, I don't know.
But that's another thing too. If you do it per jersey sale, that takes away like the bench players. Like
Yeah,
the bench
yeah.
players complaining about salary. Well, be good enough to get your jersey made.
Yeah. right.
And then
It's
you can
just
make a
like
salary.
it's just like the same argument. The guy who plays, the guy in the minor leagues in the red system, who's second string for the Lookouts, who's the second baseman, is obviously not going to get the same amount of salary as Joey Votto. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I mean?
that's the same, like a same thing as a job. Your janitor is not going to make as much as your
Yeah,
mid-level manager.
It's just like something you just. I don't know. College athletes getting paid. I think it should be like. Should they make money off the jersey sales and stuff?
If you make a brand out of the player, you should have to. Pay
Yeah, I think a little bit, but I think like the university should give them like X amount of money for like.
We'll see, but then they claim that as scholarship.
I think
They take that. Well, that's their X amount of money is their scholarship. Their school's paid for.
I think it makes the most sense if all Division I athletes in any sport just get full ride scholarship to the university if you play a sport for the university. That's kind of fair to the players because
Even walk-ons.
well, yeah, exactly
Well, I
right.
think what should happen is, like, when you have leftover financial aid at the end of the year, or like at the end of the semester, or halfway through the semester, like if you have more financial aid than what you need to be paid, you get the financial aid back. It's just like a check. Like you get that money for a year.
Right. So say like.
So if like Zion now got the full ride to Duke, goes to the league, he should get the 3 years left over that was for his scholarship.
Yeah, I like that. Or like, so say Johnny's gets full money on his FAFSA to go to Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
But he gets, or to go to whatever college he wants to go to, but he gets a full ride to play, basketball for so and so for I don't know Purdue. He should take like the money from the FAFSA? Does that just like he should get that money? Does he get it regardless? Or would it be like that FAFSA money is only good for
Your school.
the school?
Yeah.
Because if you get a full ride and you get FAFSA, you should get to keep the FAFSA.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. 'Cause
It does?
Like Brooklyn, every semester she gets back like $500.
Yeah, that would make sense. So it's not wasting the money.
Or if we move off campus, I don't know if she actually would get the housing part of it, but that takes away $5,000 a year in housing. So she would get theoretically $2,500 a semester from housing, just by not having to pay housing.
It doesn't sound like a bad gig.
Yeah.
And that would pay for the apartment itself.
See, that's kind of the big argument though, because like people who have their college paid for, they get their whole FAFSA in their pocket.
Yeah.
They're getting extra money anyway. But at the same
Right.
time, if you are good enough, or well, basically good enough to have your college paid for, you deserve low.
You get the
Right.
perks that come with it. Obviously, me going to OU, I don't play sports for it, but I'm not going to get the perks that the basketball players get. Like I was friends with some basketball players. You know, they get on the team. The team's sponsored by Adidas. They get free shoes. You know, they're going to get pants. They're going to get hoodies and shirts with OU basketball on it. That's just part of what comes playing basketball for a big school like that. You're sponsored by a brand, so that's just what you get. That's part of it.
Yeah, well, like a couple weeks ago, how my grandpa was friends with the girls' assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State has the largest Nike contract in the country,
Yeah,
and they're guaranteed that contract. Say, like Alabama signs a bigger contract with Nike, whatever they give Alabama, they have to give Ohio State plus X amount of money of what they gave Alabama.
doesn't LeBron have some leeway to do with that? Because doesn't LeBron give like the football
yeah,
team
they-
like cleats and the basketball team shoes,
They
and they
have-
have like LeBron jerseys and stuff?
I saw their like
The
gear-
shoe wall, I think
the
like a shoe
gear
wall.
lock- the gear locker and stuff, and basically you show up, you say, hey, I need this warm up. But they get like 13 different travel warm ups, different shirts for games and everything. They get made. Even like he was talking about the girls team. The girls team after every practice gets fed a full meal from their team nutritionist.
Oh yeah.
He sets up their meal and they get fed.
Now I don't know if OU's got a team nutritionist. That I don't know. Maybe the
I'm
football
not
team.
sure.
But I'm sure they have meal plans and all that stuff because
Yeah.
they work. I have buddies like who walk on, and they bust their balls in there. So I would assume they would. You know,
I'm pretty sure they do. I mean,
I would be surprised if they didn't.
see,
If you were a Division I college athlete, you get anything you want.
And I think you deserve it.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
I know they have like a nutritionist though, but I don't think they cook meals. I think they just give them like advice and.
Like meal plans, they probably go off
Right.
meal plans.
Yeah, I think that's
when
right.
we went in the locker room, they have sheets on their locker of like the
Right.
nutritionist printed out and gave to them like their certain body type and everything, and what
Yeah.
they need, and like their certain BMI score and everything. printed out on
That's
sheets
really
before.
cool. That's really cool.
And they do it by like what your position is too, like
Like,
a
it
lineman
but
or.
it shows though, because like the guy, for example, showed us the one girl's score who was higher or lower, whatever the difference being
Yeah.
than the rest of the girls. Like this girl was a freshman she's Allen Iverson's niece.
Right.
Plays for Ohio State. Her score or whatever was like way higher or lower, whichever is better than most of the upperclassmen. But she was only a freshman, so obviously.
Did the Reds end up winning? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's
Yeah,
1-1, bottom of second.
Is that what it says?
Top of that's what it was. It was,
I know they
let
were
me-
tied.
I can get a look real
Let
quick.
me look it
it
up.
was
Hold on.
it was 1-1, bottom of second or top of third whenever we stopped watching.
They won last night. They just need to win the series. I would just like for the what is it 1-1,
Top of the ninth.
top of the ninth.
Yeah.
Oh, the Reds have 3 heirs. How do you have how are you a Major League Baseball team and have 3 heirs? Peraza had the one. Lord knows where the other 2 came from. But
I think there's too many games to make baseball competitive.
Yeah, I think
base,
162 games.
Same
Is
with
a
the
lot
NBA.
of games.
82 games.
but the thing
there's
is,
too many
like,
games to make it competitive.
baseball is like
Like you drop a game here and there, who cares? Who cares? You lost a game. You lost a game mid-season to the Raptor. You lost a game mid-season to the Magic.
It depends,
Magic
like-
are in the playoffs, but still.
for Cincinnati though. Like if you're playing, I don't know, if you're playing like for this series, the Padres, you're playing the Padres, you know, on a weekend in San Diego. If you lose that series, yeah, you want to win the series, but if 2 losses out of 3 games to the Padres is not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But when you play your teams in your division, you got to, because divisions in basketball really don't, like, it's just like the Atlantic Division, and you can't even tell me who's in the Atlantic Division in basketball because it doesn't make.
Divisions don't make a difference. Conference doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if the MLB was like that, it'd be different, and more games would be competitive. Like the game with the Padres would be competitive because it's just the whole National League.
Yeah.
But really, you only care about the 4 teams in your division that you have to beat.
Yeah,
That's
so
the only
it's
games
Like,
that are
but
really
even in the
concerning.
NBA, like if you're the Warriors and you drop a game on like a Wednesday night to the Lakers who are missing 3 starters, what does that hurt?
Yeah.
It doesn't, but you just can't I don't know.
But then in like high school or college basketball, I know you play a lot more games out of schedule. But high school basketball, you only play 22 games, and so like normally we have 7 teams.
Yeah.
So you take out So you're playing like 14 league games basically.
And it's different because the way they do seeding in professional sports compared to like a high school basketball tournament is different. But
high school is also mainly based on record and sometimes strength of schedule. I'm not sure if they entirely.
The closest thing to like a high school basketball tournament seeding is the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, in a way.
I think the college football playoff 4 teams is the dumbest thing. I just like
they need to make it bigger.
They need to have at least 8 teams.
I think any more than 8 though, you're
pushing it.
You're pushing it
because people are going to watch college football. It's probably next to the NFL. It's probably the biggest moneymaker in sports. Maybe the NBA is second.
No, I mean college football makes
a lot of money.
I wouldn't be surprised if college football makes more than the NFL. I mean, probably not, but they make close to what the NFL makes. It's probably
people
not.
People love college football. Yeah. So if you put the top 8 teams, I think it's better for Ohio State got screwed 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row.
Well, you can say screwed.
2. I think it's 2 years.
Didn't get in, but because they were on the bubble. But if there's an 18 playoff, I'm just saying you take a team that's like Ohio State and a 4 seed. Who was the 4 seed last year? I don't remember.
See, it was Clemson and Notre Dame first round, and Alabama and.
Well, Alabama was the ones who Alabama played.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Oklahoma, is that what it was?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's probably right. Oklahoma? No.
Georgia.
It was Oklahoma. Oklahoma? I think it was Oklahoma.
Michigan.
Because Georgia played.
Hell, we're talking about. We don't even know.
Georgia.
They won Michigan. Ohio State, Michigan.
Georgia played Texas.
Was it 2018? Would that be the? Yeah, that'd be it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, though, I mean, the football playoffs, one of the biggest hype things.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame was the 3. Notre Dame was the 3. Oklahoma was the 4.
Yeah. So when you have a team like Notre Dame and you have a team like Oklahoma, Ohio State, who was going to the bubble teams? Was it TCU or somebody? It doesn't matter.
No, definitely.
When you have 3 teams
that are UCF. UCF was undefeated.
Yeah,
UCF was undefeated the last 2 years.
When you have 4 teams
Georgia.
and Georgia that are in the same caliber level and could any given night beat each other.
Well, especially because obviously Clemson with Trevor Lawrence, and Clemson and Alabama are both loaded with talent.
They were the clear 2 favorites. Obviously, they were getting in. But
Ohio State talent, regardless of record, talent wise, was easily top 3 in the country.
Right. You can't tell me Notre Dame was more talented than Ohio State.
Only lower than Alabama and Clemson.
Notre Dame got beat 30-3. How are you the 3rd best team in the nation and only scored 3 points? I know Clemson's good, but it doesn't matter.
Last time Ohio State was in the playoff, they played Clemson and got the lights rocked out of them.
Right.
Yeah, you're talking about the Deshaun Watson Clemson team, though. I mean, that's
right.
That was a good team they played, and that wasn't a great Ohio State team that was in the playoff that year. It was good, but it wasn't great.
It's just when you have so many teams on the bubble that are so close and so similar in ability and record, strength of schedule. It's just you damn near flip a coin and whatever it lands on.
Michigan, the number 1 defense in the country,
and you let Ohio
State comes in and basically
hang 62
to win
on
the Big Ten
right.
and drop 60.
Yeah, well, and then I think another good thing about the 18 playoff is that you could have all Power 5 conferences get their champion in, and you have 3 spots for teams like UCF, Notre Dame that are independents or group of 6 that aren't necessarily as proven, but they're undefeated. So how do you leave them out?
Ohio State wins not one of the toughest, but in terms of top teams in your conference, one of the toughest conferences in the country, and they're not in the playoff.
Yeah, top 2 toughest. I think you could say the SEC is stronger. I think the SEC usually is stronger.
Penn State.
Purdue's been good the last 2 years.
Purdue, I was thinking Penn State.
Yeah.
I think the biggest argument, though, they keep looking toward the future, like the NFL. They don't want to play them so many games to where they're sitting there beating each other up.
The NFL anymore is honestly a joke. I think the NFL is the best thing the NFL could do is get rid of Roger Goodell.
Well, my thing is, people want to call the NBA soft. What's the NFL? You can't hit anybody. That's what football's based around, is hitting people.
It's not necessarily that. That's been like that for damn near 10 years now. It's just all the scandals that go on, and it's just people get hurt. The concussion thing. How if I flick somebody in the head, you got to state your name, your address, your date of birth, and everything.
But then there's blatant calls they miss though. Like the Saints playoff, was it playoff game? Yeah.
Yeah. Saints
pass interference call.
Right.
like the dude got rocked.
Oh,
Hit the
yeah.
helmet and everything.
It was the most obvious
One pass
call I've ever
interference,
seen.
2 helmet to helmet. They don't call that either.
Yeah, the most obvious call
They
I've ever
lose the
seen,
game.
and it costs a game. I think that's one thing I don't like about modern sports is that they rely too much on referees, and I don't know. There's something about like track and field and like wrestling and boxing that are just. I think those sports are the most. Those sports require the most skill because there's no. You can't appeal to someone. You're either faster than them, you're either stronger than them, you're either more skilled than them, or you're not.
Yeah.
Golf's kind of like half and half on that.
Yeah, I think golf's a nice example of that too.
But golf now,
Well, maybe the reason golf's a nice example is that the only way you can penalize yourself is by doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
No one else can penalize you, or you can't penalize your team unless you just do something way
The only
out of the way.
referee in the golf course is the person that designed the golf course.
Like if you hit one out of bounds,
Right.
that's penalized on you.
and like to what golf now, like what golf is now compared to what golf is 30 years ago, is so different. So it's like
There's so many things you can do to penalize yourself.
people are better at golf. Like there's more people on tour
Yeah.
who are better and can score and can win because like.
But it's like that in every sport.
Yeah, I think that's true for
Well,
every
yeah, no,
professional
I
sport
mean,
at
but
this
it's
point.
like it's just kind of like.
Well,
Yeah, I guess because like it's like golf is like that when Jack Nicklaus was playing. There's only maybe 7 or 8 guys on tour that that could win. It was
Like-
the same guys win. Now you got 30, 40 guys that can win, and it's just like the MLB and the NBA. In the 1960s in the MLB, there was only maybe 8 or 9 teams in each league.
How many
That-
times do you see a 16 seed play with a 1 seed or beat a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, and it's only happened once. So.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But in the past, 5-10 years, the 16 seeds are playing with the 1 seeds. Virginia was down, 12, 15 at halftime?
Yeah, they were.
Took under Webb, right? Yeah.
And then, they ended up winning the national championship still.
It's just, and I think like I still think like college basketball, the college tournament is just, it's the reason why it's fun is because it's hard. If a 16th seed had to play a 1 seed in a 7-game series, they ain't gonna win. They're not winning. They're not beating. They're not gonna win 4 games. That's why like when you play 1 game, there's the chance.
See, but I like that. It makes it more competitive.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. It's better to watch.
It's survivor advance. Like, if you have one bad night, you're done.
That's like, that's why like you can play football like that too. Obviously, it's football, but the NBA, the MLB, and like the NHL and stuff. If you make those games into 1 games, no. Like the wild card game in the MLB, I think is the dumbest thing in the entire world. I think it's dumb because it all depends. It all depends. So say I'm Cincinnati and you're Pittsburgh. We're playing for the wild card. Okay, my 1 had to pitch 2 days ago to get us into the wild card game.
Yeah.
But your 1 didn't. It's your 1's turn on the rotation. So we're facing your ace, and say you're facing my 3 or 4 guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my Reds hitters are facing your guy who's got an ERA of like 1.2 and is a 20-win season kind of guy versus my guy who's a 500-win season and is an ERA of like 4.
500 wins in a season. That's
like 500, like like
I got
13.
you,
Like if he wins 8 and 8, that's what I mean. But it's just it's a matchup thing.
I heard this on the radio during the national tournament, and like the reason that 16 seeds and stuff are beating higher seeds is it's not as like there aren't as many powerhouses in basketball. I mean, obviously your Duke's gonna be good every year, but the thing is, like, kids coming out of high school, you can be on TV anywhere you play. Your name can be out there anywhere you play. Like, do you think John Morant 20 years ago would have ever been heard of playing at Murray State?
No.
Unless they made the tournament, but well, maybe which they did this year too. But what I'm saying is, during the regular season, would he have been all over the internet?
No.
Well,
Well, it
the
wasn't.
media coverage now and then what it was in the 90s is a lot different.
But
now.
anywhere you go, you're on social media, you're on TV, your name is out there.
Right. So like like I said, say the guy playing for Duke, say Zion and John Morant play like the same situation as now, but if it's in the year 1980, you're gonna have to either 1, watch ESPN, or 2, read it on a newspaper somewhere.
Yeah.
You just can't get on Twitter and look. So
Yeah,
obviously the
yeah.
guy from Duke's gonna get way more exposure and way more coverage in papers, and you're gonna hear about him way more than just some guy playing for Murray State.
Yeah.
Like, look, think of Bebo Francis. If Bebo Francis, Beaver Francis is a guy who played for Rio Grande, a community college from around here, and averaged like 80 points.
Had like 130 something games.
Yeah, it's like 130 points
Like
in a
132,
game.
I think
If
it was.
Beaver Francis does
right.
that for Duke, he's going to be, the next Michael Jordan.
They would never stop talking about that.
Right, but since he did it I know like the size of schools are different, and schedules are different, and everything, but it's just like the same type of exposure. Nobody heard about Beaver Francis scoring 130 points in a basketball game.
Yeah.
When he did it.
Yeah, no one knows about that. You'd have to. I mean, you wouldn't know about that unless you like talk to someone that has, or gone to the campus at Rio Grande.
But
You'd
then
have
what was
to-
that one kid from it was a smaller Division I school, I think, scored like 110 points in a Division I basketball game, broke the record. That was all over YouTube and everything.
Yeah,
I
I don't remember that actually.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I don't remember that. When was that?
Oh, I can look. I remember seeing it on YouTube.
Now here's a question: what is the best sport to watch the playoffs? I don't think it's the NFL.
No, it's definitely not the
Professionally
NFL.
or
Yeah,
all around?
Professionally.
The NFL playoffs is probably the worst.
Jack Taylor scored 138 points in an NCAA basketball game. That was 6 years ago.
Huh. That's the first I heard of that.
To me,
actually.
the playoffs is like I like the 7-game series because it shows the better team. The better team should win. That's why like college basketball is fun and exciting because it's a one game, you never know. But I would be mad if I was a 2 seed and we've been killing people all year and then go get upset by some just because maybe one night our shots weren't falling, but obviously that's the way it's been for years and I never won't change it because it makes a shit ton of money. I just think I like the series better because it's proven that the better team usually wins.
Yeah.
I think if you're talking about the playoffs that prove who the best team is, NBA playoffs, MLB playoffs, NHL playoffs are always good, because the 7-game series. 7-game series throughout, I believe. Or MLB, the
MLB's the end of the
divisional series is 5, but
I think the NBA playoffs are ungodly too long.
Yeah,
They should do what the MLB does. They
I'd
should
have 5 in the
They
first
should have a
round.
division. NBA's got what? It's the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the conference finals. Then you play the finals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't need the quarterfinals.
No.
They should just do the semifinals, the conference final, and then the finals. Because that would make it would make regular season games more competitive. You could also bring the divisions in. So if you only have 4 teams playing 4 divisions, that would make more sense. I think it'd fix a lot of things.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about what's the best overall, college football on your list should be dead last.
Yeah, it's in picking
I wouldn't even call it a playoff.
in picking the best team. College football playoff is
That's a
Not
semifinal
good.
and a final.
not. I mean,
That is not a playoff.
you can't say that the best team does not always win the college football playoff. That's
No.
for sure.
Was Ohio State the best team when they won it?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you look at the NFL talent on that team. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous how many good players are on that team.
They had Joey Bosa that year.
Joe Bosa's a beast.
I mean, the receiving core and the defensive backs and the
The
linebackers.
receiving core and defensive backs in Ohio State is always good.
Yeah.
They are always
For the
Yeah.
past 4 years, they've probably been the best in the country.
Yeah. I think I would agree with you. I mean, and this year they really had. I think J.T. Barrett was a good quarterback at Ohio State, but I think he had a little trouble hitting receivers on deep routes. And Dwayne Haskins is someone that just was a pure thrower. He could just throw to anyone.
Cardell Jones.
Yeah, Cardell Jones could throw too. He wasn't as accurate as Haskins.
Yeah,
Haskins could put the ball on the line, but yeah,
He had
Jones could throw the
he
ball
had-
60 yards and not even blink.
I still wish they'd have put Joey Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow. I think I wouldn't take Burrow over Haskins, obviously, but I think Burrow was a really smart quarterback.
I would take him over Haskins. I would take him over Tate Martell.
Here's
Oh, I would think
some
it was-
context, okay? So we grew up in Southern Ohio, southeastern Ohio, okay, Vinton County, and Joey Burrow went to the high school in the county over, and Joey Burrow, if you don't know, is quarterback for LSU, and we played Joey Burrow in basketball, played
Twice in
football, and he was 5 years older than us, 4 years older than us.
He was a senior when we were freshmen.
Yeah, he was a senior when our freshman year.
Probably
So
3 years. Yeah.
we saw Joey play in high school. He was I think he had offers to play basketball because
He did.
he was a 15. I think he scored 1,000 points. Right? I know
He
scored
did. He
1,000
definitely
points.
scored 1,000 points.
And he was a hell of a basketball player.
Great shooter.
Could fucking shoot it. And then He was the best high school football player I have ever seen play in my entire life. Easily.
That basketball team was scary. If you think about that.
They had him.
Watson as well.
They started
Yeah, the
running back.
Our eighth grade. No. Our eighth grade year, Athens basketball team had their starting lineup was Ibby Watson, who went and played at Michigan, now plays at Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had Joey Burrow, and you got Ibby Watson's what 6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
Joey Burrow's 6'5", 6'6", 6'4",
Yeah.
6'5". The Lorman twins were both 6'5", 6'6".
And our slot receivers on Ohio University's football team.
And then who?
Joey Burrow was
The Saltzman kids were fifth.
No, Griffin Lutz.
But was he? Yeah.
Griffin Lutz was their point guard, and Griffin Lutz was probably
One of the smoothest high school basketball players
he
in this
could
area.
absolutely fly. He could jump. He
I mean,
rebounded the ball so well.
All of those guys were easily top 10, top 20 players in the state in our division.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Those twins were 6'6", 6'7", and
So your starting lineup is 6'5" Division I basketball player, 6'6" Division I quarterback, 2 6'6" receivers. I think they went to OU.
they're slot receivers for OU.
Yeah, they still play at OU. So 4 Division I's in their respective sports, plus Griffin Lutz, who was one of the best just all around point guards in our area.
Yeah, and then they had a
Even in the
kid.
state.
They had a kid when he moved out of state when he got in high school.
I forgot about him.
The Parker kid. He
Parker
set the
Stewart.
record. I'm pretty sure for 3-pointers making the game for Pitt
yep.
Did you go
As
to
a
Pitt?
freshman.
as a freshman.
I know he was going. He was committed to Ole Miss.
He goes
Yeah.
to Pitt now though.
So he was committed to Ole Miss.
So he would have been on that team, but I think his dad, was like he worked for Ohio University. But I think maybe he had a different job.
Even Ibby Watson moved to Pick Central.
He moved after Burrow and then Boyce graduated.
Right. No, he moved.
Yeah, the year after
A
they
year
graduated.
You sure?
Yeah, he'd moved going into his junior year.
So
He only played 1 year at Pick Central.
No, he played 2. He played his junior and senior
remember
year.
because he didn't.
Yeah,
play.
it was his sophomore year.
It was because when we went into high
After
school, he
sophomore
moved.
year.
He didn't play for him when we were in high school.
Yeah, because
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
he was so
But the Burrow and them were still in high school whenever
Right.
we got into high school.
he'd have played 2 seasons. He was a year behind Joey.
Yeah, so he moved when we were going into high school.
Yeah, that's
The
it,
end of
yeah.
his sophomore year, us going into our freshman.
Yeah, he's the same age as Wardy.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he scored 25 points against us at home, and I swear he did the same move. Like this, he went off the same move. He caught the ball in the left wing, dribbled into the middle of the paint, and then whatever the defender did he pump faked. Defender jumped. He made the move there and went. If he didn't jump, well then he just shot it, or he either passed it. I mean, he was. I swear to God, I've never seen anything like it. It was the same fucking play, and he just ate Vinton County alive.
It
I
was
bet
so hard to guard, though.
Yeah,
he's
you couldn't-
6'5",
you couldn't guard those
with
guys.
Long arms.
Especially around here.
Right.
Yeah, there's no one to guard.
If they had a decent coach, if they'd had a good coach, they could have went to Columbus.
They should have went to Columbus.
They should have.
They
for
Well,
sure.
but that's the thing though. If you look, they have when you go to the state tournament, they have in the program they have the state, and then they have like dots of each town where every state championship winner's from.
Mhm.
There was one, and like if you split the state into our quarter from like, say you start at Zanesville and up, and then cut it across to where Dayton, Cincinnati are just on the left side, and then it's us on the other side.
Mhm.
The one winner is Oak Hill in 2009.
Oh yeah.
South Webster won, and
South Webster, yeah. So two state championships out of the entire time they've had it coming from our corner of the state.
I think
But you know,
Portsmouth used to win it back when it was like AAA, AA, single A
yeah,
schools.
But you know what the problem is?
Chillicothe.
I forgot about
Yeah,
Chillicothe.
you're right.
I think there's been a couple. Waterford's one.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
See, it sucks that team wasn't Division One, though. I mean,
But here's the problem. There is no major city besides Marietta, which compared to the major cities in Ohio is not that major.
Yeah.
There is no major city in our corner of the state.
And the poverty level is so low.
right.
The only powerhouse down here is Wheelersburg. Wheelersburg's good in everything.
And if you think about it, they're one of the lowest divisions there is.
3. I think they're 3 in basketball and maybe fucking 5 or 6 in football.
I think they're
I
5.
think they're D5.
Wheelersburg could have
They're five divisions.
underwater basket weaving and they would be good. I don't get it. Their quarterback, when they won the state our senior year, their quarterback was a sophomore and threw to the best receiver in the state of Ohio, and
He was going to Wright State to play basketball.
and then like then he was like their stud on the basketball team. It was him and the receiver. And then like their baseball team won the state like 3 out of 4 years, like maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and then like the softball team won the state a couple years ago.
See, but
like,
they have places to pull from.
well,
Because if you're good in that area,
you go to Wheelersburg.
if you're good in Ironton, if you're good from Portsmouth, you go to Wheelersburg.
And like most of the time, if you move into Scioto County, Wheelersburg is where a lot of the doctors live. The lawyers. And if you're going to move into Wheelersburg,
Yeah.
so like there's a lot of like good families, and a lot goes like it's just a good place to live. School. I mean, that school was nice. I saw that football field for the first time. It's impressive.
Because there's only two. I mean, if you want to count Portsmouth as a bigger city,
Portsmouth is not what it was
no.
30, 40 years ago.
But then that means there's 3 relatively big cities in southeastern Ohio, which, and compared to Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Toledo, Akron, Youngstown, it's tiny.
Yeah.
It's a MacArthur compared to an Athens.
Yeah, it's not. It's just hard. Yeah, you're right, and you just don't see it. You just don't see it. Because then once you get up, because we got the same thing happened to us. Our junior year in high school, we were like, we were a really good basketball team, best basketball team.
Like third, fourth in the state.
Yeah, like best basketball team in school history kind of deal. Like storybook, right out of the movies. We get to the Elite Eight, one game from Columbus.
And we have to play a central team come down from Columbus
Central
in the regional final.
Yeah, in a private school, and you can't recruit, you can't play people like that. You can't compete with people like that. They had a kid who plays for Marshall.
Point guard plays for Marshall.
And
Their center plays football at Ohio State.
Yeah, you can't. Just local schools like that can't compete with people like that.
See, but that's where it screws you. That was a 1 year thing. It's like every 2 years you play a super regional, so you have to play the central team. But then the year after, our senior year, when we weren't as good because we lost seniors, it's only like the 2 East teams played in the regional final, Meadowbrook and John Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
And who had played each other in the league twice already in that season.
Yeah.
That was the 3rd time they played each other in the regional final.
Right. It's the system's kind of messed up, and it's just we were unlucky because that was the years, but and I don't know. It's just messed up, really.
So do you think they should have their own tournament for private schools?
No, because should they? Yeah. Will they ever? No.
No.
But
okay, hypothetically, would they? Or like,
should they?
Could they?
Yeah. I think there should be like a public school and then a private school. Yeah.
Yeah. I
See, a
think
lot of the talk was too that they would put them in Division 1 because they're allowed to recruit.
that's
you could
that's
do
a
that
decent
too.
idea.
That would be better than having
I like that
two
idea.
tournaments.
That's actually good. I've never heard that idea before. That's a really good
that's
idea.
actually
That was a pretty big talk here.
See, but then there's another
4 or
thing.
5 years
Isn't
ago.
St. V technically a public school?
Technically.
I'm pretty sure they're a public school.
But they're technically a Catholic school. as well.
Yeah, they're a Catholic public school.
yeah.
So they're
I didn't know
still
that.
allowed to recruit
That-
within
I don't-
the radius.
How does that work? Because
Recruiting.
they're
Like,
a Catholic school. They can't get money from the government.
I'm pretty sure they're public.
but here's the thing though. When you say recruiting, look at like
It's not posted in your face.
actually recruiting. Like the kids who go to Harvest Prep pay to go to Harvest Prep. Like I might get if I'm a best player in Columbus.
It's not recruiting. It's more selection.
Right. People like you can get sponsored to play there. Like a guy might be like, yeah, if he wants to play basketball at Harvest Prep, go to school there. Some rich dude be like, yeah, I'll take care of a scholarship. Sure, put it on me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the coaches going to kids and like, hey, we want you to come play for us. Or even if it is, it's you pick where you want to go to school. Which even is a problem around places like this, like we talked about, Wheelersburg. Kids can from Ironton can go to here. Is the open enrollment.
Mm-hmm.
Like for us, if we didn't move, we could go to Galplis. We could go to Athens. We could go.
See, and then you have the transfer rules though too by the state.
Now they did change the transfer rule. So if you transfer when like into your senior year, you're kind of screwed because you can't play in the postseason tournament. Before it was you had to sell out the first half of the season. Now you can play the tournament,
right.
which is better than what it was, but it doesn't fix the problem. Especially if you transfer when you're a younger age than a senior.
Yeah. That's
I mean, the problem is just don't transfer. Really.
So, but then you can pull some things like people we're not going to name and use an address in this certain school district that you don't necessarily live
The system's available for you to cheat it. If you cheat it, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna like move schools, and you might as well cheat the system because you'd be dumb not to. Yeah. Honestly, because I mean that's what I would do if I was gonna do that. Obviously, I'm gonna cheat the system and make it to where
they won't take it that seriously in order to look into the problem. No. And if they do, they'll just like, oh, okay, it says that this is their address, that's their address. We'll go into it.
You'd be stupid not to do that. Honestly, that's the way. That is honestly the way to do it. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, well, the moral thing to do would be, do it, sit out or whatever. But nobody wants to do that. You're gonna cheat the system. That's what you do.
I mean, this is not like a great example, but my roommate Justice, who lives 2 hours or an hour above Columbus, is getting an apartment off campus in Moorhead, and does not live in the 50 miles to commute. But his grandparents live in Moorhead, so he uses that address as a commuting thing, and then can live in the apartment.
That's what we do. It's me and Sky do next year. We're living.
Well, but you actually live in the range to.
Well, yeah, commute. I guess, but it's weird though, because OU the freshman and sophomore have to live on dorm.
That's how almost every school is.
And then junior, senior year, you're like, get the hell out. You know what I mean? Like, get the fucking stuff.
That's how almost all schools. That's how Moorhead is. It's every school I know of. That's how.
I don't know how you live in a dorm, dude.
It's not hard.
It's probably not as bad as like once you get in, like people who don't live in dorms are probably like, oh man, fuck dorms. But then people who live in dorms are like,
well, it also helps because when you live in an apartment, you're paying out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But when you live in a dorm, you can put that under your loan. Like that goes into your main financial aid contract.
Right.
So that can get paid for by the government and stuff. But like when you live in an apartment, you have to have a job or have someone to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is a good point. And it really it evens out. I don't know how much you pay for dorm or what it is at Moorhead, but
for me it's $2,500 a semester. Well, because each dorm is different, depending on what dorm you live in.
Oh, really?
Like if I go to Andrews Hall, where it's more like an apartment, it's $400 more expensive per semester to live there than it is in the dorm I do now.
So like at OU, for tuition, it's like in-state, it's like $11,000. Room and board's like $12,000. So if I wanted to go over and live in a dorm, I'd be looking at $22,000 a year, which is ridiculously. I mean, it's college, so it's gonna be expensive, but that's high. You know what I mean? That's high. And I don't know. You just like an apartment. I think what we paid $550 a semester.
I think that's about right. Yeah.
So what is that? I don't know.
It's about
$1,100.
Oh, a semester, $2,200.
$2,200 a semester?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So you're paying $44 a year.
Right.
So we're still saving money.
But we still have to pay through the summer too.
That's a good point when it comes to apartments.
So we can just live there. Hell,
most of the time, you have a 12-month lease.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. It's just personal preference, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
it just depends on your financial situation and what you can do and can't do.
If you can afford it, fuck it, do it. But if you can't, there's ways you can go about it.
I think the biggest thing too, though, people don't like community showers.
Yes.
Oh, but you can get around.
You can get around that. Not all dorms have that.
I mean, even most 2-persons though do the split bathroom.
Yeah, I don't mind that. The 2-person split bathroom is fine. That's pretty consistent.
Like,
actually.
and when I went to Boise State for that week, it was community shower. I didn't care. Really, honestly, it was like
it's the same as a campground.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, once it's like a day, 2 day, and you're like, oh, it's not a big deal. You just go in there and fucking shower, do what you gotta do, and get the hell out.
I think it just intimidates some people though.
Yeah. It's a lot different.
The problem is like movies and stuff portray it differently than what it actually is.
Right. And nobody's gonna go to fuck with you.
Yeah, you see movies and shit. People are like yank each other's penises and fucking slapping towels.
Stealing their towels.
Stealing their clothes.
No one does that.
Nobody does that shit.
It's just it's a low blow. I mean, why would you do that to someone?
Most of the time it's fucking early in the morning. People are just like dead tired trying to get to class.
Or unless it's your buddies fucking with you or something, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's gonna fucking
So nobody's
harass
going to go out of their way to.
There's not really. I mean, there's bullies in college, I'm sure, but there's not some like evil freshman student in college that walks around just to make people.
Well, unless you go to a smaller school, you're not around people enough to do that.
Yeah.
Unless you are all like acquainted with them, but if you go to a bigger school like us, we've got 50+ people in our classes all the time.
Nobody really cares enough.
You see different people on campus working every day.
They pay the same amount of money as you do to go there, so they're in it for them.
Yeah. And most of the time, when you go to like a big school like that, it's just like people are gonna be decent people. Most of the time, they're gonna be like, they're not gonna be assholes. They might be like a dick, but they're not gonna like fuck with you.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't have like public high schools, you don't have the idiots there that can't even wipe her own ass. I just ever starting to stoop each other.
It's like showering after basketball and football games, or like after practice. Like that, my dad was like, after every practice, bud, we shower. After every game, we shower. I could not one time, middle school, high school, did I ever shower after a practice or a game. Not once. We just didn't do it.
I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, what's the difference in you shower after a game there, and then you leave and go home, and the first thing you do, you get home and shower?
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, it's just some people do it. I don't think people do it like they used to.
No.
But I don't know. It's just like, if you fucking shower, you want to shower, big fuck, go ahead. If not, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Like I know Nail and them did. Usually after most games, Nail and them showered.
Yeah. Like because they just or if you're doing something after, I guess, you know.
Yeah, like if you're going somewhere and you don't want to smell like shit and
smell like you just got done playing a basketball game.
You want a clean change of clothes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
just showering just to go home, you
yeah.
might as well just shower when you get home. Save you some time. Alright, we're going to take a little break and then we'll be back.
SIMP, I want to talk about how SIMP came to be, what SIMP really is. If you guys want to give some insight onto that whole thing.
I wouldn't call it a clan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
not really.
We're not a clan. Like how people like back in the day whenever had clans and stuff. We're just like a title for us playing together.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't know. It kind of started as a clan.
To put a name to it. Like you want to be able to call yourself something.
Yeah, I don't think
like if you play video games in general, you know everybody's got like something. Like if you're a group of people that play together, you got something you go by. Not necessarily a clan or anything, but
we're more of like a community, I guess. Than
just a big group of friends.
I think a clan, they all play the same game, and no one really plays the same games all the time. In SIMP, I think is.
I mean, from time to time we do. But
besides, I guess
for the most part,
we play Borderlands together. Before we used to play Call of Duty all the time.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of an independent thing. We're just in it,
It's had like various names though. I mean, back in like Modern Warfare 2.
Those were clans.
Right.
Yeah,
Those were clans. We thought we consider ourselves a clan back then.
The 12-year-olds, us, we thought we were, quick skippers. But, so I guess where we really came up with it was, I think, our sophomore year of high school. We've been playing Xbox with the same group of guys since middle school, like pretty much the same people. And when we got in high school, was it our sophomore year?
I thought it was earlier than
Summer
that.
of BO3. The first summer of BO3.
Is that winter when we came up with the name SIMP? It was that like a couple weeks after.
It was
Christmas.
before.
It was that couple weeks after Christmas.
So were we sophomores?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was sophomore year.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
sophomores
For
because
sure.
Owen wasn't in high school.
Yeah, I was in 8th grade that year.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Black Ops 3.
So we were pub stomping on BO3, and that's back when we played BO3 literally all day. That's all we played was nothing but Black Ops, and every time, it was me and Sean and Zane, right?
Mm-hmm. Us three, or if Adam would have cracked the top three.
We would play Squirrels in My Pants from Finish the Fur, and we cracked the top 3 every game, so we played it every game. And, we just started to call ourselves Simp Gaming.
With the acronym Squirrels in My Pants.
Yeah, just Simp. And it was just, it stuck, really, and here we are, now we're in college.
4 years later.
And it's still what we call it. Like, that's the name of our group chat, like, literally everything. That's what it is.
I think it's funny all the variations that we've had up to this, and this is the one that sticks.
Yeah, and then so literally as we got our junior year, we met Leif Atkins. He's 2 years young. He's Owen's age, and he was pretty much we became good friends with him, and he plays with us every now. So he's now he's in Simp, and then Owen joined in our senior year.
Yeah, it was
after golf season.
sophomore,
I had ceramics with him. We were friends with him before, but we weren't close with him, good friends. But we were hey, you got Xbox, let's play a little bit. And then he started to play with us, and then now here he is. So
We kind of have our floaters in and out. I mean,
we don't let anybody in. We have a vote. We vote on people who, if you get in, you got to pass the majority vote.
It's like a frat.
It kind of is like a frat. You kind of get rush. You get the rush Simp.
Can't forget about Zach. Can't forget about Zach.
So the members of the group that aren't here right now are Zane, Leif, Zach, and Ethan.
Yeah.
if you really consider Ethan, I mean.
Yeah, Ethan's in. Ethan's in. That's it. That's everybody.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'd say that's pretty much what the roster is.
And I'd say it's probably what it'll always be. I can't imagine we'll get anybody new.
Shane.
Shane Massey?
We can kind of consider him now. I mean,
Cameron's not in Simp.
Cameron's not Simp.
That's a
We'll have
unanimous.
to bring that up at the next council meeting.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a unanimous vote. That
Mark's not in. Mark will never be in.
Yeah, that's
No, I've been having a lot of fun playing Rocket League with Shane.
yeah. I've been having a lot of fun playing Rocket League as a whole.
The league.
Oh, yeah.
he's in the party quite a bit. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he,
I mean, that's
he
what we-
deserves his spot.
We'll vote. We'll talk to Leif on them guys. So
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody really has a problem with him. He's chill. He's
Nah,
fine.
he's
He's cool.
Bad, yeah, sure.
so
Which we've known him for a long time too. So.
Yeah.
Elementary.
Yeah.
that brings up the question. You guys been playing a lot of Rocket League lately. Now I know this is how Sean is. Sean finds a game and he just plays the piss out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like nothing but it's usually Call of Duty, and it's literally nothing but Call of Duty until he's done whatever he's doing on Call of Duty, and then he finds a new one.
When I find a game I like, I want to be really good at that specific game. That's what draws me to Rocket League. Like, I don't like games that are easy to be good at. Like Rocket League, though, you have to play that game even outside of playing games with people. You have to play constantly for hours on end to be good at that game. I mean, it's like if you want to stay in like silver or gold or whatever and play every now and again, kind of like you do, and not like get much better but still play enough to be decent at what you're doing. Yeah, but if you want to get up into like the diamonds, the champs, and the grand champs, you have to play.
Yeah, for sure. I played Rocket League since I think it was free on Xbox. I don't know why I remember this, but it was either on sale for cheap on Xbox. It was free on Xbox one time. It was in 2016, I think, and I started playing it then. I really didn't play it too much until probably late 2017, maybe like around November of 2017, I started playing it a lot more. And then since then, really, like in early 2018, I played a lot. And then since then, I really elevated from 2017 to 2018. I played a lot more. And then since early 2018, I played a lot. It's been a year solid. And that's like my main game throughout the entire year.
That's pretty much like, it's what they play. Like, I mean, I play the show, MLB The Show, and I have the PlayStation, but I still, like, keep the mic on and talk on the Xbox. But until, like, I don't know, there's not really a game on Xbox right now that I play. I play maybe Call of Duty, and I'll play a game of Rocket League with y'all every now and then, but my main game right now is the show.
So Shane said this the other day when we were doing the party. Or not the other day, this was probably a couple weeks ago. Like, once I start playing a game, I get good at it fast. Like Rocket League, he's like, I haven't seen Sean play Rocket League, but I've watched his stream thinking, like, when he usually plays, he gets good fast. And with Rocket League, I've only got 4 days in game played now, and I really have been playing it, like, grinding it since, late January, February?
Yeah, you got back into it probably early February, right? So.
And I'm already up in the diamond ranks now.
Yeah.
And, like, mechanically as good as most high class diamonds.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with that. I have a lot of hours in it, and I think about half of my hours, like the first half, are pretty much wasted.
Yeah, so that's the same with me. We get on there and just fuck around.
I think, like when I was playing in like 2017, early 2018, I was just kind of wasting my time on there. I wasn't trying to improve. I was just getting on there to play.
We played those competitive threes, and the way we played the threes was just not like progressively helping anybody get better at the game.
Yeah, I think
people don't understand what it takes to be good at that game. Like, that is a hard game to be really good at.
It's so skilled.
There are so many different little types of things you have to do to be good at that game.
You have to be fundamentally sound with the car before you
like
even worry
that's
about
one of the
it.
games I would consider is literally close in relativity to a real life sport.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. It's like you have to put in so much work just to be mechanically good, and that's only half the game, and it's probably the smaller half of the game.
It's just like being able
Plus,
to
it's a
dribble basketball.
You have to be smart.
Yeah.
Like, fundamentally smart to play that game. You
Like,
have to know what you're doing, where you're at, and everything.
You're going to sit there when you're a kid in the driveway and dribble up and down with your left hand so you can get with your left hand. It's the same way with practicing aerials or air dribbles. You're just going to sit in training and just practice.
I go in training, and to start off, I'll just boost myself up in the air and then try to, like, make myself fall and try to recover off of what I do, and then and then after that I'll spend like another 20-30 minutes just literally spinning in a circle around the ball in midfield, and then like trying to keep arrows like spinning around the circle to get used to the arrows and everything, and then for another 20-30 minutes I'll go around the circle of the arena, and then like through each boost on the side of the field I use my cones and try to weave between the cones basically.
Mm-hmm. It's just about really, once you master car control, there's still stuff, you still have to master the strategy of the game. There's a lot of different theoretical, like...
You have to know what types of balls to challenge, what types of balls to not challenge, what type of clears to make, that's another thing, too. You have to really read what your opponent's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that really comes with time as you play more games. You sort of get into the, sort of a cycle of this is the way the ball's going to go after he hits it. I just kind of know that, and you just know how to react to it at that point.
It's kind of like the ranking system is it reminds me of like your handicap in golf. So like in golf, it's easy to drop from a 55 to a 45, but it's harder to drop from a 45 to a 40 and a 40 to a 36. And it's the same way with Rocket League. It's easy to get from like bronze to gold and what comes out. I don't know what comes after gold. Plat. It's easy to get that, but once you get up to like plat, diamond, then it's going to take you a while, and it takes you more. And the nitpicky stuff is going to be the reasons that keeps you out. And if you can do the nitpicky stuff good, you're going to excel out of the league.
When the thing is once you hit like probably plat 1, you can sneak into with not knowing a lot. But like plat 2, plat 3 is when people really start to understand the game. Like that's when you want to start progressing.
Yeah. I think you see a lot of like there's still some casual players in the low platinum ranks, and then once you get to like platinum 2, platinum 3, you can tell that these people like take the game seriously. That they
they're not just on there messing around.
Right.
They're trying to play the game and get better at the game.
I don't know. I don't play Rocket League enough to like to really understand how everything works. I don't really know any like the the terminology, or I mean, I know like the basic stuff, but like I don't know how to like the mechanical wise how to
Well,
play the game.
and like the reads and stuff you said, like if you ask any of the pros how they got better at reading the ball and everything, they will tell you they went into free play and just beat the ball around and watched the way it came off walls and watched the way it came off the corners, like they call it the arches, I think is what they call it, like the corner slope coming down. Watch the way the ball comes off the corner slopes. Watch the way the ball comes off certain types of goal for rebounds.
That's just you just do that from playing.
Yeah,
you just learn that from just playing.
Playing or just sitting free play for hours.
Yeah, you just drive around free play, hit the ball around.
Like Squishy, I was watching his video the other day of how he became a pro, and he said when he first started playing, like his internet didn't work at all, so he just sat in free play for hours on end and just played by himself.
Yeah.
Beat the ball around, worked on different types of little nitpicky things he could get better at, and then eventually once he got better internet or whatever and started playing, he just beating the daylights out of people.
Yeah, because you just know the game. You just know how the game works. You know what the ball's going to do when you hit it and what your car's going to do after you hit it.
But I would definitely say it's the closest thing to a real life sport.
Yeah.
I would agree to that. As close as a video game can get, I think that's pretty damn close. It's not like a basketball game or like a football game or a baseball.
Well, even those though, you can get away with just coming down the court. Everyone knows A is to pass, and then you just press X to shoot.
Yeah, I mean that's like there's no really
The AI does more for you in games like that. But
I think, but in those games, if you understand the game of basketball more than your opponent, I feel like you're going to be better.
You'll be better than that. But like in Rocket League, it's more human error than it is not.
Rocket League's like its own sport in a way, and basketball is like understanding other sports. You know, being good at 2K can come by understanding how basketball works.
Yes, Rocket League kind of takes like soccer. Obviously, you're hitting a ball trying to score.
But
into
real
a goal.
soccer and Rocket League are not
You can't
close.
even tell. You can't tell if they're anything alike.
No.
No.
Anything similar is a goal and a ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's really just like no other game or sport that exists. You know, you can't compare it to anything else. It's its own art kind of thing.
But there really are so many different mechanics.
Yeah.
And so many different ways to hit the ball and to score.
Yeah, it's just impossible to understand all of it. It just takes so much time, and once you get to that point, it's really amazing. I mean,
but for people who don't play it, they don't understand.
Yeah.
Like my roommate tries to make fun of it all the time. He's like, I can easily just hit the ball and score.
Yeah. I mean,
no, you can't.
Until you play it, you don't understand.
You really can't.
Even like on simple shots, the timing's got to be right. You know.
Even simple shots are not. I mean, they're simple, but they're hard.
Yeah.
They're still hard shots.
Yeah, just driving into the ball with your car and knocking into the goal. That's hard when you first start playing. If
you in free play, yes, I would hope in free play with no one on you can easily score. But when you're playing against three people on the other team, defending a very small, relatively a small area, it's hard to score.
Yeah, I mean, good luck.
Mm-hmm. And I think my biggest problem is like knowing when to go for 50-50 balls. That's my big thing. Like, I bite on the wrong 50-50 balls.
That's just another thing that comes with time. I mean, I've sat through hundreds of games of every playlist, and I just know in what playlist to challenge what balls, but I still get it wrong all the time. You know, it's not like you can't play perfectly the entire time.
It's a heat of the moment decision. It's a game time decision.
Yep.
It's just like any other. It's second nature. Eventually, it's just when and what to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's a game I wish we still played: Destiny 2.
Yeah, Destiny 2.
Me and Lake tried to keep that alive, and you guys won down.
There's something about it. There's something about all games like that, all MMORPGs. It's just, what's the point? And, you know, no one's ever really given me an answer to that. What is the point of grinding in an MMORPG? I mean, what are you going to get to?
It's all RNG. I mean,
you know, you grind.
You go for something and
fucking Midnight Coup, man.
You may never get what you want.
You grind to maximum light, and then what? You know, the game's, what else you have to do? You grind to maximum light. You can do the raid every week, but eventually that's just going to be doing the same raid every week. So
and like you play enough of the same thing, and like Rocket League and Call of Duty are different because like you know the scenarios are different always. But like when you do the Kalos raid, you know what spots you're going to be in. You know like when or like when you do what's I don't even remember the damn Last Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what when you do that raid? You know what you're going to do. You know when you're going to do it. It's just you're going with the same people, and it's fun. People like it, and people do it. But we go on kicks with it. So we might play it for 2 months and then just not touch it for 6, and then we might play it for 2-3 more months and then just not touch it again. So it's just real streaky when we do it. But when we do it, we ball hard on it. Like, we go balls to the wall.
I think a big thing about Destiny, and all MMORPGs for that matter, I guess, it's one of the things that if the company doesn't keep it up to date, if they don't add stuff every week that's fun and engaging to do, it's just not. It just isn't fun. And Bungie just hasn't. They don't pump out content every week. And
I think they're going in the right direction though.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the question: what's the difference in Borderlands?
I guess. Well, that's a good point, but
Well, Borderlands is really just like the Destiny story. It's. I mean, Borderlands is only. I don't know. There's not really any MMORPG characteristics to Borderlands. It's basically an RPG that you can play with other people.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Borderlands an MMO or an MMO.
No, for sure.
But here's the thing. When you think of Borderlands, you could damn near tell me the entire story of Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel. You tell me in the story in Destiny 1 or 2?
No,
It's all lore.
Yeah, it's not exciting. Nobody really gives a shit.
It doesn't really make any sense.
I don't think they bring it into the game as much as they should.
No, it's not the center focus.
Especially all the hype around the new DLC. I mean, what did they really add? You added the new Gambit.
Gambit. That was it. It was like the season of the Gambit or the
It's
season of the
kinda just-
Drifter.
And then you play that twice, and wow, it's the same thing.
You get
that
pissed
I've done
off
every
because
other time.
someone killed you when you had 15 motes, and it's a shithole after that. But I don't know. Some people play the shit out of it.
Especially like the people that played D1 as much as they did. I mean, I had almost 90 days into D1, and you just get bored after playing that long.
Because it's literally the same thing after. I mean, the way to do it is to have Destiny like on the back burner. So Tuesday hits, you do your strikes, you might do the raid, do your weekly stuff, get that done by Thursday, then you go play the game you've been playing.
Yeah.
And then once the reset starts, just not get on Destiny every single day and just try to find stuff to do. Because if you just get on there and try to find stuff to do, you're gonna burn yourself out.
I mean, but I even get burnt out just playing every week. It just doesn't seem like they. I don't know. They can't put out enough content to make it enjoyable at all times. I don't know. It gets boring.
They have to add something in the future that's completely different.
You say Destiny's a what, MMO?
Yeah.
So Destiny's the only MMO I'd ever put that much time into. Like ESO's an MMO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put nowhere near as much time into that.
I can't say anything about that. I've never played. Yeah, so I've never been a fan of the Skyrim series.
I love Elder Scrolls.
I really don't like Bethesda games.
They're
Bethesda's games are a little bit hit or miss with me. I think.
Yeah,
I'm
the same way.
I'm not a huge Fallout fan.
I still don't beat Skyrim. Fallout 4 is a good game.
Skyrim is the best Bethesda game, I think.
I don't know. I just can't.
They're pushing it out so much. I mean, how many new versions of that have they released?
Skyrim? I think Skyrim was released damn near like
It was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, fucking a long ass time ago.
8 or 9 years ago. They've
they
remastered it and put it on every device ever.
And they just because it's like got game of the year. It's a phenomenal game.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but
and they just
I
now
feel like
released
they're
the title.
milking it.
They just now released the title for Elder Scrolls the 6th one. So
yeah,
I think they've kind of milked Skyrim down to where people are kind of like, we're ready for something new.
well, yeah, after 10 years, you're
Right,
definitely gonna be ready
right.
for something new.
The
But
same thing
like,
as Call of Duty.
yeah,
Right.
I could get on Skyrim right now and still play it without a
Right.
problem. But I like that game. I couldn't get on Fallout 4 because I've already beat Fallout 4 and almost pretty much ran everything I needed to do.
That was
So,
such a letdown though with 76 and how they did that.
76 was a joke. That's $60 I'll never get back.
I don't know how any of them guys played it as much as they did.
There was nothing to work for in the game. It wasn't fun.
Now, what the part that never made sense to me is how the hell are you gonna build your base, and you might get on there the next day and your base is gone.
It's gone
That's
completely.
completely stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It might as well have been a beta
yeah.
when it came out.
It wasn't ready.
I
It wasn't
mean,
ready to be published.
It was stupid. Waste of money.
It was a great concept too, and they wasted it by trying to make it multiplayer. I think if they would have just went for a single player game like Fallout 4, I think they could have really done something cool with that.
I think it was a good idea. I mean, if they could have
it was good on
went
paper.
through with it,
Yeah,
It's like communism.
good on paper, but never
on
works.
paper,
Never
never
effective.
When you think about it, it sounds pretty cool. Everybody gets the same amount of thing or same stuff, and everyone's equal. But then you put it in practice, and it's a
Kind of
shithole.
works, yeah.
It's just sad that a company like Bethesda makes something that is rushed so bad like that and
Well,
disappoints all of their fans.
Nobody bats 1,000, so
Right.
everyone's
Yeah,
gonna have one
that's
bad,
true.
Right,
bad
right.
game. But,
Except for Rockstar, but
Rockstar's a different story.
I don't like Red Dead either.
yeah, I love Red Dead. So I mean,
I think once the online comes out of beta, I think it could be a potential GTA 5.
I don't know. I just don't think you can do as much with a Red Dead game than you can with a GTA.
Right.
GTA
I mean, it's going to be the same thing.
GTA 5 is one of the best.
I think GTA 5 is the greatest video game ever made. It's just I don't know how.
You have unlimited things you can do in that game. Like they even
Right.
from a player and a developer standpoint, they can put anything they want in that game.
Yeah, I mean the game's already the direction is just crazy. They can. I mean, the single player is probably one of the best single player games ever, and the online is just
Unmatched.
it just gets
It's getting
crazier by the day.
updated
I mean,
so much.
they keep it updated. It's a 7-year-old game by now,
Something like that,
6-7-year-old game, and the online's updated more than games that are 2 years old. I mean, it really is crazy.
The
And then-
golf and GTA got a higher rating than the Tiger Woods, the last Tiger Woods game that was released. The golf and GTA.
I mean, yeah,
Even the things that they're not making the game for
are good.
is good.
It has stuff in it that you can't even see. Like they could sell parts of GTA Online as a separate game, and it would sell for $60.
My favorite Rockstar title that was Bully. Have you ever played Bully?
I've never played Bully.
I would highly recommend it. I think you should try it. It's really, really good. It's older. It's for the 360.
Yeah, I
It's
know it's
backwards
old.
compatible, but it's worth it. It's one of their better titles.
The big thing is, where do they go from GTA 5?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good question.
What are you gonna
It's
do?
a Grand Theft Auto game. As long as if you put GTA 6, mark it well, don't fuck it up, make sure the online's good, people will play it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's just how does it not get repetitive?
Realistically, you could take the same game, just revamp it with the technology there is now, 4K. I mean, you can still play in 4K,
Right.
but you know what I mean. Update the game technically within itself. Basically, copy paste it with a couple updates, like remastering something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. And then take it and put it as GTA 6. Literally the same exact thing, sell for $60 people can buy it.
and put it in a different place, give it a different story. And,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just basically keep the mechanics the same generally, but
Kind of like Call of Duty.
yeah.
Yeah, Call of Duty's the best example for
It's
that.
GTA. Every GTA game has been
Yeah.
pretty much the
I
same
mean, it's
concept.
Rockstar.
They're gonna sell, they're gonna make money. They could fucking put it in the middle of the woods and people would buy it.
They're just good. They're all just good. It doesn't. It's kind of weird, but they all just are good. Like even GTA 3 and like GTA 3 wasn't very well made, but it's still just good. It's just
Like San Andreas.
Well, and the single player, the characters are so different in their own aspects.
yeah. That's the thing about Rockstar games.
There's you have a loaded white guy, a black guy from the slums, and then a hilljack that lives out in the desert. All come together basically.
It's
It's full circle too.
Yeah, Rockstar's character development. They really make movies in their games,
Right.
and you just play through the movie. I mean, it's crazy.
That's the best I've ever heard anybody say. It's a movie that you play through.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of games that you can say that executes as well as Rockstar does in any game. I mean, I guess that goes back to Red Dead 2. I mean, the single player was literally a movie. I mean, you really felt connected with the characters.
The character development in Rockstar games is better than most movies.
I'm still salty about the ending of Red Dead 2, so we're not getting into that. I'm still upset. You wouldn't know, Sean.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
would.
Sean never played it, so.
I know what
don't
happens at the end of the first Red Dead. That guy walks out of the barn and gets shot. I've seen a video of that.
Even that game, I mean, that game's,
Red Dead 1's fucking great.
it's just a great game. It's so
I don't
solid.
think Rockstar's had a bad game in
Ever?
15 years.
Well, when Red Dead 1 was out, I never understood it, so I really just drove around on a horse the whole time and shot shit.
Yeah. You really have to play.
But that was still fun,
when,
though.
when,
Oh,
you,
yeah,
when
it
you're
was kinda
younger.
fun, yeah.
When you're younger, you really don't. When you play through games like that, you really just don't understand. But once you, like, if you whenever we got older and went back and, like, you know.
Games like that, yeah, but if you play single player games stuff, like certain single player games, you still can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's not a linear single player game.
No.
They've got a lot of potential with that, though. I mean, again, it is Rockstar. I mean, what they can do with the multiplayer is endless.
I mean, it's just, like you said earlier, it's just hard to make the multiplayer on Red Dead 2 and the old set and, like, the old West compared to, like, you know.
Yeah, you know how many cars there are in GTA 5? I mean, it's...
Right.
Oh, I got the fastest horse. You know, there's only so many horses you can make.
Right.
You know, you can't put one that's on fucking fire in there.
You can't strap a rocket to the back of one. That would not be realistic.
Right.
Will they start doing stuff like that, though?
No,
If it starts to die out.
No, they won't.
Yeah, I think Red Dead 2 is it has more of a serious tone than GTA 5.
See, that's what I like about them, too. I mean, they're not going to take it like Call of Duty.
Well, if you want to talk single player with multiplayer, what other games have the best single player and multiplayer?
Nothing.
See, the only thing that comes to mind is Infinite Warfare. I mean, yeah, it got hated, but that campaign was flawless.
Halo.
Yeah, but like...
Halo's story is probably my favorite story.
Halo's probably got the biggest story.
But Halo's multiplayer can't even touch GTA's multiplayer.
Are we talking free run or are we talking
I'm not saying
multiplayer?
best. I'm just saying it's really good.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like Reach? Halo 3?
Reach and 3.
Yeah.
Reach and 3, I think, could compete with GTA in that aspect.
I don't know. I never played Halo, like, story. I was never...
Oh, the story's so cool.
Really?
It's so cool.
Yeah, I never really gave Halo.
It's one of them games. It's got its specific following, and they never seem to let down that specific.
I feel
like Master Chief is probably one of the biggest video game characters of all time.
Next to like Pikachu and like Mario and shit.
Master Chief's huge.
I think he's at that level. Yeah.
I think the reason why
I mean, people are begging to put him in Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Like knocking on a Nintendo's door to put him in Smash.
Like the reason why Halo was that big too is like, was it Rooster Teeth that made Red versus Blue?
Yes.
I bet the Rooster Teeth was that.
I mean, they're making a Halo TV show right now.
Yeah, that is true.
See, here's the thing that bothers me. In the TV show, are they going to show Master Chief's face when they've never showed it in?
No, they better not.
Yeah, they probably won't.
People would be pissed. You know how mad people would be?
Because they have Master Chief picture. What's the guy's name?
I don't know.
Look it up. I know they have the guy for Master Chief, but I don't. But if they show his name in that TV series,
I mean, heck, they've even made books and stuff on it. I mean,
yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
It's.
I'm not Master Chef, damn it, Master Chief. I don't want Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay's undercover Master Chief.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
You know how pissed people would be that too. Like,
what's the show? What channel? HBO.
For Halo?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think it might be HBO.
Yeah, they just.
Pablo Schreiber?
Let me see. That might be the voice actor.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
the
I
actor.
think Halo's on Showtime.
Showtime. Let me see his face.
See, that's kind of
Looks like
odd that I feel like they would put him in Showtime though.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like a TV show?
Oh yeah, because it's one of the guys from Game of Thrones. That's who he's playing Master Chief.
I thought it was the dude from fucking Aquaman for a second. What's his name? Jason something?
I think that guy looks like Steven Adams.
Yeah, he does, kind of.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Aquaman too. I never even got to see it.
Have you
Yeah, I
seen
never got to
Steven
see it.
Adams without the hair and beard?
Yeah, he looks weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, when you got fucking long ass hair and a big thick beard, yeah. But
It's, I don't know.
where's he from? New Zealand?
Somewhere weird. Yeah, somewhere like
I think
Overseas somewhere.
I think it's New Zealand. I'm like, let me look it. I'll look it up. But I'm 99% sure it's fucking New Zealand. I was watching Hot Ones the other day, and I was watching the Tenacious D one, and they said that that they caused like an earthquake in New Zealand during a concert, like it registered on the Richter scale.
I've seen that one.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's New Zealand. University of Pittsburgh. I'm looking at. I want to see what he looks like without the beard.
Yeah.
Did you have like? I think he had short hair, didn't he?
Yeah, I was talking about the other day. I looked up the picture and it's different.
No beard. I'm afraid of it. Oh my god. I kind of like the mustache though. Not the clean shave. Yeah, no. He goes from like, I'm going to fuck your shit up to be like, hey, I'll do your taxes. Like, that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Businessman to jock.
He looks like he's like 12.
Now, did you see the poll they did where they asked NBA players who they wouldn't want to get in a fight with in the league?
Yeah, wasn't it like, I don't even remember. I never remember I didn't even heard of the dude they voted for.
One of them was Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly.
But he didn't get the most votes.
I think that's stupid.
Who ended up winning? I don't know.
I never even heard of the dude.
Google it.
Pull it up. Yeah, I don't remember.
What do you mean Google? Like NBA fights?
NBA
Poll?
fight poll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess on that topic, where do they go with the 2K series?
Something they do every single year.
Something they do every single year. Copy and
I
paste
just-
it. And
Stuff's
microtransactions,
getting so
grand
old.
full.
I mean, it's
And still people buy VC every year.
See that game?
Yeah,
that game
YBC,
that game will
no
not.
over here.
Yeah.
2K
Dropping
cannot
it.
die out because they're diehard. Like people who don't play video games play video games just for 2K.
You know. Yeah, it's one of those games that people just play. I mean,
It's like every sports game. Madden. There's
yeah.
people who are diehard football fans that
Call
don't
of
play
Duty.
using video games but still playing sports games.
I guess it's just like anything. I mean, we're kind of getting to the point. Battle royales are taking over, and nobody really cares about anything else.
Well, and
Battle Royale 2K.
really now,
2K Battle Royale.
though, more people play video games than what they don't,
right.
Yeah.
which was not the normal
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Right. I think.
Which puts in a lot of subjective comments and like people that are just getting in, like these young kids that are just diehard Fortnite fans.
Yeah, I mean, sort of Apex
I can't
Legends
find nothing.
and Fortnite have sort of just taken over.
Pretty sure Bleacher Report is one to post that.
the, I think it's the scene for gaming, and it's like, I don't know, it's like these people that just play Apex
Right.
Legends. I mean, they've never touched other stuff. That's their only game, and it's like you gotta, try something else.
Fortnite, most strategical game of the year. Cameron Hammond.
Cameron
Having
Hammond.
it.
2018.
Trademark that.
I don't know. It's kind of just. It's almost disrespectful to our like older gamers like us, like the young kids that are just getting into
People
like
don't play
Fortnite
games
stuff.
for what they're meant to be.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't get to experience the Modern Warfare 2 toxic lobbies that we experienced, or you all have party chats now. You don't get to experience game chat.
There's no forced game chat.
There's-
That's why I think video games made it less interactable with other players.
Yeah. Which, honestly, I think it hurts. I mean, honestly, I have more fun when I play Call of Duty with you guys than I do by
Yeah, like-
myself.
Oh yeah.
Like you
Like-
go to, I made so many friends over the Xbox,
Yep.
getting into lobbies like that I did than I do now. I mean,
I mean, yeah, you get messages from time to time, but
like hey,
you
like,
don't
like in
interact
Rocket
with them.
League, if you get in a random game, people type in a quick chat like, "Oh, hey, you want to party up?"
Yeah.
see, like, that's a good thing to put in, though. Like, stuff like Call of Duty and stuff doesn't have that.
And not
Like-
anymore.
And then it hurts the pro scene. Like, it's only like 25K watch pro Call of Duty now when back in, I mean, even in BO3, they were getting like 120K plus watching pro series Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean,
There was the last Call of Duty stream I watched. I had about 100K.
wasn't. Seems like every time I saw it, it's been a lot lower though than what it used to be.
Hey, what was the biggest competitive Call of Duty scene?
Honestly, probably BO2.
Black Ops 2, I think. Yeah.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
I
3 was
thought
big,
3
too.
was huge. I mean, I guess that was the first time they implemented the good jetpacks. I mean,
The boost.
Advanced Warfare was kind
Yeah,
of didn't
iffy-
make the
iffy
scene too
jetpacks.
happy.
But I think BO3 probably.
I like Jetpack Call of Duty though.
I would much rather play a jetpack Call of Duty.
People were saying that killed Call of Duty. No, it added another aspect.
Right.
That's why I was good at Call of
It,
Duty.
it gave you another mechanic.
Yeah, sort of.
I think it made it a little less skilled, but it made it more
Yeah.
skilled in a
The
sense
ability
too.
to be able to like strafe and shoot an aim.
I mean, even like Scuff. Look how much they gained from that. I mean, that
that's
helps.
what we played on.
That
Scouts.
helps the community in a sense. I
And
mean,
then the same way,
I think that does make the game harder because if you're running around boots on the ground, it's just point and shoot.
Right.
But if you're strafing and doing different things off the wall and stuff, it's harder to pick up kills and stuff.
See, the reason why I liked it is because when I play Call of Duty, I put myself into bad situations. Like, I don't think I put myself into bad spots. And when I played BO3, I could strafe and get away, strafe and still shoot because I had the scuff. Now, when you play boots on the ground,
you're stuck.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Jetpacks games are more for people that are good mechanically, and non-jetpack games are good for people that are more good strategically. Like,
Even in boots on the ground Call of Duty, like my movement is good.
yeah, I mean, like
You're just
modern,
a good Call of Duty player.
Black Ops 4 has a really good movement system for boots on the ground Call of Duty. It's
really does.
It's creative. It's good. It's like Black Ops 3, but they took the jetpacks out.
It looks good too. I mean, graphic wise, it's great.
But I put so much time into every Call of Duty.
I gotta say that World War II is probably one of the worst Call of Duties I've ever played. It's
really
rough.
killed it though.
It's rough.
That
Yeah,
really
I was
killed
good
it.
at World War II. I was good at that game.
I feel like that's part of the reason though. I mean, nobody really played it.
I mean, there's something about World War II. It's like you're just playing one of the first two Call of Duties. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you're playing Call of Duty.
I said it's a good idea on
World
paper.
War
It just
II.
It didn't go through.
it faded out. It was cool for a month, and then it was.
I think that's what it is. They gave people what they wanted, and that was not a good
That's
idea.
not what
Yeah.
they wanted. What they thought they wanted was not actually what they wanted.
It almost seems like the more controversy they make now is almost a good thing.
Well, the grass is always greener on the other side.
Right.
So you're going to get it and be like, oh, this is awesome. And then months later, oh, this kind of fucking sucks. Longevity in a Call of Duty is what you want. There's no longevity in World War II. You can.
I think BO4 is going in the right direction. I mean, their weekly updates, their if you
I
call
hate
it a
the-
battle
I
pass.
hate the whole fucking battle pass.
Treyarch's good about that.
Like, does every game need a fucking battle pass?
I think it's cool
I think
to
it's a good idea.
implement it, but
My only thing with Call of Duty is I think they focus too much on Blackout.
right.
Yeah, I think.
If
they're-
they
I think a
focus
lot
on
of
core
people saying
multiplayer,
I don't know how popular Blackout is still after Apex Legends released.
relatively, like Doctor Disrespect plays a lot.
Yeah, I think it's
Shroud plays a
It's
lot.
got its own little. I think it and Apex Legends kind of go hand in hand.
It was almost kind of an upgraded PUBG in my opinion.
They play similarly, I think, but
It's like smooth PUBG.
it's
Right,
like smooth
right.
PUBG. Yeah, I think that's a good way. To
I still
describe
probably put the most time into a battle royale. Probably Fortnite. I put the most time into Fortnite.
it. Yeah,
I think
I think
everybody
almost
jumped
everyone
on the
can say that.
bandwagon.
I think I put a lot of time. Into
I hate that
Right.
that game is so
Well, battle
popular.
royales are too new to say
Right.
this is the one I put too much, so
Right.
much time into.
They're just like.
I mean, heck, we even went through an Apex Legends.
I
kick.
played. I mean, I played a little. I think at the point where Fortnite died for me, every battle royale game was
Yeah.
kind of dead for me. At
Yeah.
that point, it was like
they're all
starting
the
to get to
same.
that point.
To me, they're all the same. There's no difference.
yeah. I think they just all every game feels the same, and I don't know. There's no creativity to it. It's just
Well, the thing about Call of
Stale.
Duty is the way they put in the Blackout is like before they had the single players. Is like they updated single player more than they did the main multiplayer. I think that's what's hurting Call of Duty.
yeah. I think that's
They're not focusing on the core of their multiplayer, which is what they built their fan base around.
right. And
I mean, don't get me wrong. The stories are good. And there's people who play Call of Duty just for the single player, but still, they're missing out on what the majority of people want to play.
Even zombies. I think zombies went downhill big time.
They don't want to update zombies at all.
Right.
yeah, zombies gets neglected.
We've
Zombies is probably the funnest thing on Black Ops 4. I think Zombies is a good
I think
time.
if they would have kept it traditional with Jug and everything, kept the customization as limited as it used to be, but
I kind of
Like-
like.
I
I
think-
9. I think I really like 9 as a zombie map. It's like it's its own thing, and then I think they should have had. You're right, like a traditional like juggernaut like works like.
I think everything that like
I think BO3 was the extent of the customizations that they should have
Right,
wanted. Like
exactly.
the Gobblegum, that was fine. But now
Right.
they added in different classes.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
You can pick what perks you want to have in game.
you have that little specialist thing where you pull out
yeah,
a
yeah,
sword,
that's what
or
I'm talking about. This,
They
yeah,
do
you
too
have the
much.
charms,
They
you
do.
have the
They just do too much.
nebula plasmas or whatever.
I think
don't
zombies
even
is
know.
one of those things you can keep simple. I think the multiplayer, if you want to make it a little more complicated, that's fine because the more complicated it gets, the more
zombies,
skill it takes. I guess. I
the
don't know.
zombies all revolves around the map.
Yeah.
If it's a good map, people play it. Like BO3, besides Zetsubu, Was Zetsubu
Yeah,
the
Zetsubu
swamp?
no Shima. Yeah.
Besides Zetsubu, every other map. I mean, I liked Zetsubu one bad, but every other one I loved.
Mm-hmm.
The Horizon Jock was like beautiful. That's a
It
beautiful
really
map
was.
with a beautiful Easter egg.
Yep.
And there's a couple maps that you think for someone that's never played zombies before in their life, there's probably 3 maps you tell them to play. Obviously, Kino. I think the Horizon Zoc is one of them, and maybe Buried.
Buried was
Origins,
a great DLC.
maybe?
Origins.
Origins tied everything together so well with its Easter egg, though.
Or like, I think Darius or Rise, whatever the hell it is.
Die Rise is the tower.
Yeah, that's the.
What am I thinking? Darius, though, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like the OG World of War?
Yep.
Yeah, that one. No,
Even the remake was good.
The remake is
Yeah,
the Giant.
It's the Giant. Yep, that's what it's
Giant.
called.
That's
yeah, I'm talking about
that.
Even,
That's a
I mean,
good map.
yeah, they remastered that perfect. You
It's a
couldn't have asked
good
for a
map.
better remake of that.
And like I said, just the simplicity is what keeps zombies good. When they try to overdo it, it's too much.
Yeah.
Even Zombies Chronicles, though. I mean, I think it was a little overpriced, especially for the people who had the season pass. But
Chronicles that map.
That's where they got made.
right, $30 for
I think for season pass holders,
Zombies
they should have
maps.
given a discount. I mean, I understand paying for it because
Right,
it's like an extra
right.
DLC, but pay for or a discount would be
Right.
better.
Yeah, you kind of.
That was
I mean,
a hell of a map.
it had a lot
Which one?
of.
Chronicles or Chronics, whatever the fuck it was.
Chronicles was the
It was the
series
DLC.
DLC.
What's the map?
I'm talking about Revelations.
Revelations. That's it.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a map.
I'm
yeah. I
talking about
mean,
beautiful maps.
Well made.
That-
well thought out.
That's every old map remastered to perfection.
Yes.
I think
yes.
even from an Easter egg standpoint, they made the Easter eggs too complex.
I think they were a little.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That damn 9 Easter eggs like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on.
And the fucking, I think the Grod Krovi one's hard. Fucking that dragon and shit.
some of
Yes
them were
and no.
easier than others.
Like, wasn't for fucking Zane's internet, we'd have done it, but
I did it.
I never
Nothing
did
will
it.
top Buried Easter egg though.
It's hard as fuck.
That is one of the
Both of them was hard as
hardest Easter eggs I've ever attempted.
There's been fucking sleepless nights doing them motherfuckers.
9 is just so weird. It's like,
Yeah, the BO4 Easter eggs are.
how would you
they're
even
no
figure out how
joke.
to do 9 if you didn't have
Right.
one? There's no way. Most Easter eggs are like that, I guess, though. I mean, how would you even figure out how to
Right.
begin to do that?
Unless you get them the game files.
I guess.
It's just crazy to think like the BO1 ones were that easy compared to
Yeah.
what they are now.
I don't think I've ever made it past round fucking 10 on 9. Be real honest with you.
It's on.
I think
also-
we did
We've
what,
made it-
24?
We made it pretty
Yeah.
far.
We got the symbols, and then the guy
Yeah.
just left. That
Yeah, that one guy
Yeah, we
started
went
dicking
into
around.
What's your least favorite, like, zombies map?
It's a good one.
I don't like
the
Moon.
5.
I like Moon. 5. Yeah, I might have to
Wait,
go
round
with
9.
5
I'm thinking
is,
of fucking 5. That's the one I'm fucking thinking of.
Yep.
I'm a
5
dumbass.
is hard.
9's like the fucking. Okay, yeah, I made it to round 4.
There's no training spots in 5.
Yeah,
I mean,
9's
the
fucking
very
5,
first spawn
4, whatever
room.
the fuck it's called.
5's easy if you want to play boring as fuck, get on top of the
Right.
table and
Yeah,
let the zombies
yeah.
die out.
right.
That's the fucking one I say.
Leave
Not
it on all
9.
night.
9's not fucking hard.
No.
I
Then
really
they
don't like
passed
that.
it.
9's easy. See, like, that's the thing, though. The new maps are easy if you want to play for rounds, but if you want to do those Easter eggs,
Right.
Jesus God.
I mean,
yeah,
heck-
we tried it. We couldn't find that fucking skull.
I really don't like transit. I think a lot of people like transit.
I didn't like it.
It's
I'm
just,
not a fan.
Farm was a good concept. Town was the jewel out of that one.
town was good.
I think it was a cool concept of transit, how it brought all of those together, but
School
the
that
stuff
you,
in between of
Totally
those was
executed.
so
cool,
bad.
Cool that you missed the fucking train.
yeah. And it's
If
like,
if they would have taken out, I mean, even left the smoke, but taken out those stupid things that got in
Yeah.
your head
yeah, like, it seemed
And
like
then you
it
have
had
to
some
sit there
kind
and knife like 800
And couldn't
times.
run.
Yep.
it had some kind of direction, but they just lost their direction in the middle of making transit. I think.
And if you got to run across that lava and one of them hits you, that's it. You're done.
And that's the thing about Easter eggs. If you want to talk about story, like zombie story, you can't get unless you do Easter eggs or just watch a video on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's- I kinda feel bad.
See, that's why I like Easter eggs too and zombies. Because if not zombies, there's no like end goal to achieve.
Right.
It's just
See, that's
what
why I
round
like the
you get to.
Origins.
fuck
I
like
mean, you actually
bananas.
beat zombies when you beat the Easter egg. I mean, it was the end. Like, you beat it. You see the cutscene, that's it.
Yeah, Easter eggs really gave me a point to play zombies without just going for rounds.
Yeah.
It
going
gave
for
you a
rounds is-
checkpoint.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. I think going for rounds is kind of like
There's certain maps you play to go
it's
for
kind
rounds.
of it's kind of fun sometimes. Just to
It's
see how
fun
well you
until
do.
you hit like round
Yeah, it's
19, 20.
it's like
And then
Twin Tower
One-
Defense.
It's
like,
fun until you get kitted.
it's whatever.
Once you're kitted out, and you have the gun you want, everything you
You're
need.
not going to die.
This is boring.
yeah.
It's just
the
run
same.
around in circles and shoot shit.
It's the same thing for
You
60
train
rounds.
them, and then once they stop spawning, you shoot them. Do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Spent a lot of days on fucking Kino on that stage. Oh god.
That's one map I wish they would have had an Easter egg for. I mean, they
Yeah.
kind of did with the film, but
Yeah,
you can't really count
was
it.
the first one.
I ran like a Galil for the points and then a Thunder Gun.
see,
Yeah.
I think Ascension was pretty revolutionary, though.
It's
I mean,
Oh,
it,
yeah, it was the
it
first
brought
Easter
a
egg.
lot to the table.
It's the first Easter egg.
That
Yeah.
train spot's pretty good too. Up in
Do
that
you
rim.
think the boss
Um,
maps make them better, though? Or the boss fights?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, boss fights are nice.
Yeah, that's
See,
pretty
that's
cool.
what-
That's pretty cool
I think
concept.
that's a cool thing. That they
like the
added.
Revelations boss fight was kind of sweet.
See, I liked how they did that, though. I mean, they were the characters.
Revelations wasn't much of a boss fight.
Well, it was like.
Like, you didn't shoot at a big boss. You just ran around and shot shit that was already in the game and just tried to stay alive, technically. Like, they brought different elements in. Like, you had to go through the fire part. Then there's,
I
like,
thought you like teleported into this like little room.
yeah, and then, like, but, like, you survive through different, like, elemental effects.
What was that big motherfucker? What do we call it? The Leviathan?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, that bad mother. Going into the beast of that motherfucker and like, getting them little fucking holes while the Panzers chase you or the fucking Mongols, whatever the fuck they're called.
Panzers.
They're like
I
the big
guess-
tentacle ones.
Oh, the Margos.
Margals.
Yeah. I guess that goes to the base concept, though. Like, why? Why did they not try on zombies
Yeah,
as hard as they did everything else?
They killed zombies in Black Ops 4.
They probably thought it was like just trying to beat a dead horse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with them dropping content slowly at a time, too?
Well, probably 'cause- no. I think the storyline was done, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had to make the story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what was it. They should have never ended
See,
the story.
I think the concept of that, though, was cool. I like the new characters.
I can't
think-
tell you any of the name of the characters.
I can't either.
I don't know the names. I never can tell you the names.
Yeah, I know exactly
understand,
who they
I
are,
understand
but-
the story. Though.
Yeah.
There's a dude, there's an old man, there's a buff dude, a normal dude, and a girl, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, see, within the story is like, so the girl, her dad was like getting into the zombies and stuff and like found out all this stuff, and there's like another secret society who's also going after the zombies and everything and like wants to control them, and then there's like the Oracle, which ends up being Medusa at the end of it,
Mm-hmm.
is like telling you different things of what to do and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Sounds kind of dumb.
So they basically the dad gets like abducted by the Oracle and stuff, and then the girl is just progressing through these things trying to find her dad, and then while also finding this like secret society too, and then eventually you make it. And there's
I think it's
Medusa.
cool how they go to these different things, though. Like, obviously, the ship one's supposed to be the Titanic. and-
Well, after this new map, that storyline is done.
Right.
Basically, they're making
Right.
another new story.
Already?
I kind of like that though. Like they're making
right,
short
right,
stories
right.
out of the zombies map.
It's kind of like, it's not really a Telltale game, but
Which that's why I'm pretty sure our annual pass is about up.
yeah.
Because that was the last zombies map probably with this annual pass.
Mm.
That's what I don't like. I don't like how Call of Duty went to an annual pass. Except for the
See,
season
I would
pass.
be very disappointed if that's the last zombie map of the season pass.
It will be the season. I think it will be the
They
season
probably
pass.
will, but they'll probably fuck you.
My thing is,
What are they going to do for the
I don't
people
like
that
how
don't have
I don't
it?
like how I don't like how it's an annual pass because a new game comes out every year.
Yeah.
Right,
Like, why would I buy an annual pass this year when in 5-6 months I'm getting another new Call of Duty?
right.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Like,
The
I
thing
mean,
is,
like,
too-
like Destiny, yeah, there's an annual pass, but that game's been out since what, 2014, 2015.
Right. Yeah.
About
That's
that
about
time.
when
Still
D1 came out,
2016,
yeah.
think,
I know this is
yeah.
a random question. How much is the realm on Minecraft?
I think it's $10 a month.
$10 a month?
Yeah.
I thought
think
it was like
it's-
$5.
I think it's 10.
10
That
bucks?
might be worth a Google. I don't know. I think it's
Shit.
$10 a month.
I don't play much Minecraft though.
Might be 8. But
Because those realms are fun.
yeah, Minecraft Realm is great.
They're honestly fun as fuck.
If we had a realm, I'd play Minecraft again.
The thing is, though, with like back to Call of Duty, is it worth your money to buy the season pass? I mean, if this is it, that's kind of
To
disappointing.
buy the annual pass?
Yeah,
No.
I mean,
The first one, yes. The second one, if it
I just
yeah, I mean, obviously the second one's going to lead into the next Call of Duty, but yeah, no, I would not.
it
buy
blows my mind that they would make us pay $50 extra
Yeah,
for
I think
two
I
zombie
think
maps.
Is it 150? Yes, but since it's 50, no. No, I'm not spending.
Says
I mean,
$7.99 for Java edition. Is that the one on the Xbox?
No,
No.
that's the one on PC.
And $3.99 for Bedrock.
Only $4. Huh. Okay.
Well, no, because the one, the new craft is
Bedrock edition. Yeah.
no, there's no, it's not. It
yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The old one's Xbox One edition, and the new one's Bedrock edition. It's the one that's compatible with Windows 10 and stuff.
Ah, okay, so $4 a month. That ain't bad.
That's really good.
It's not too
Because
bad.
I'll pay that.
I think everyone's sitting here pitching $1 a month.
It's only fucking
That's
$4 a month. Hell,
$4 a month. Yeah.
I'd fucking pay that.
Divide that by 30 days.
Fucking less than like fucking a quarter a day.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
No,
Not
no, it's cheap. $4.
pocket,
I'll do
That's
that.
pocket change.
We'll do that. We will do that tomorrow. I
That's
will
fine.
get us around.
I'll download it. Well,
Sounds
I mean,
good.
when I get back to school on Sunday, I'll re-download.
I will get us a fucking
Or
round.
download Minecraft.
Tell you, man.
It'll take like
another
10
good
seconds.
question though is like, what does Call of Duty do with the non-season pass holders? Do they pay separately for the maps, or
They can't.
Yeah, they don't get them.
They're not
they
sold
don't get
separate.
them at all?
No.
Wow,
Yes, look, I'm fucked.
Yeah, like you don't get any of the zombies. Like you can't
That's-
buy the zombies maps.
that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
such a
gonna-
money scheme.
I wasn't gonna buy them anyway, so it doesn't
Right,
really matter.
right.
So.
Yeah.
I think they lost money on that.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
that.
sure they did.
Yeah, they lost money.
I mean,
Definitely.
unless they do something like Zombies Chronicles, which is in rumor. I mean,
I
they're
don't
talking
about
about
season
it.
pass.
Yeah, I think they are making Zombies
Yeah.
Chronicles too. But I think they brought back the better maps already. Like I saw the list of
Right.
what would they bring back.
The only thing good now is Buried.
One of them was Shangri-La, Buried.
See, Shangri-La was already in Zombies Chronicles 1.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh.
The only thing that wasn't in the only thing that wasn't in Chronicles
Buried.
was like all the BO2 maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll probably just bring
Those
back
were
the
probably
No,
honestly.
Ascension was, wasn't it?
Ascension's BO1. That was
That's
the first
right.
BO1 DLC.
So when I build this PC over the summer, I want to play those custom zombies maps.
Yeah.
I forgot.
See, that's where they went good. With
Those are
that.
cool.
Those are
Those
sweet.
War ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
Steam custom zombies maps. Those
Yeah.
are cool.
Yeah.
I
Those
mean,
are
there's
cool.
some like challenge
Like,
ones.
have you ever
that-
seen Noah J stream them?
Yoni
Yeah.
Slayer and
They're
Syndicate
cool.
used to play them. They're
Yeah,
cool
they're-
as shit.
That's what
I like
Syndicate.
the one. I like the one with the houses.
If I thought about doing it now, World War was what, $20?
15 or 20. Yeah.
I thought about doing it.
I might buy World of War.
I think we should. That'd be fun to stream.
That would
Sure.
be fun.
World.
See, the hardest thing for like me, I've only got a laptop, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to run that on a laptop's.
Yeah, I really want to build a PC.
Yeah.
I think that's a fun project.
That is a good project.
Walmart, it's like $17.
Well, but that's the thing about building one too. I mean, yeah, you can modify the ones you buy, but building
Right.
one, if like once new stuff comes out or yours gets outdated, you really just have to
Replace it.
buy parts and upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plug them right back into what you already
These
have.
are
I mean,
Can't
at the
you,
end
like,
of the
build
day,
your own PC online.
Yeah, to go on PC part picker, and it'll
Yeah.
pick
That's
out. You can pick out all
Yeah,
the parts.
they won't build it for you. They'll just send you all the parts. But
Yeah, theoretically, yes.
it's a really cool concept.
Dad's late. Dad's usually up around midnight. Probably he went to bed late. He went to bed an hour late because I swear to God, every night he gets up at the same time to piss. I kid you not. Every night.
He called it too that night. We were just me and him
It's
over here.
between,
He's like,
like-
he's going to get up here in about 5 minutes.
It's
About
between
5
like
minutes
12:30 and 1:30 every night. I don't get it. I never seen anything like it. He'll be up at 1:45. He'll be up in 2 hours.
No, that's nothing about the PCs when you build them. How long will it build PC last you?
like, what do you mean? Like, how long will it last? Like, how long will it be
Until it's outdated. I mean, obviously they come out with new stuff.
until it's outdated? Like,
Oh
you
my
can't run
God.
games.
Yeah.
Probably 5 or 6 years.
Oh, yeah,
at
that
least.
lasts a while.
7. Yeah.
And
Until
then
you
you
have to
just
upgrade.
replace them, and then you're back to square one.
I mean,
Dude, these are insane.
And really, even then, to where it can't run games like at that certain rate or at that certain quality,
yeah.
get a better graphics
upgrade
card.
it.
You gotta do graphics card, you gotta do CPU.
At the end of the day, it's still a case.
Right. I mean, you got the skeleton for it.
Right.
You just gotta change what's inside.
It's plug and play, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is honestly, dude, I didn't know
So
how
that's
much
one thing
these
I
things are.
suggest.
These
Like,
are
if anybody's trying to get
expensive.
into
Well,
gaming,
These fucking like, you can $5,000 for a monitor.
A 65-inch monitor.
That's
Oh, shit, that's a
65-inch
big monitor.
monitor.
It's a
That's
slide.
not-
It's
that's
a
a-
65-inch
That's a
14
fucking
monitor, I think.
TV.
That's what people don't understand. Like we went to Walmart today and just saw the shitty. I mean, they're probably not never shitty, but they were average gaming
Lower
PCs
end.
for $1,300.
Yeah, I mean they're
You can build one. You can build one that can run anything on medium to high settings for 800, 700.
Right.
yeah. I mean those ones there, you can get those parts probably for. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I suggest to anybody to do. If you're going to get into gaming,
$400 or $500
PC.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Go PC. Might be more expensive than a console.
Plus,
PC.
even and like in building them, you get more familiar with what you're working with.
Exactly. Yeah. You
See, that's the
know
thing. Like before me and you started talking about building me a PC, I didn't know anything about like RAM and like the memory.
I
and
don't know
stuff
anything
goes
about
into
that shit
stuff.
now.
Yeah.
I'm clueless. That's why I don't even go into that shit.
Yeah, like before me and you started trying to put one together for me to build later on, I was clueless.
That's what Zane did. Zane's dad built his computer.
Now you want to talk about outdated? That thing's old.
Well, yeah, they built it probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, that thing's old.
But it was good when he had it.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Yeah, at the time.
But like I said, that was 10 years ago.
I mean, it still runs stuff well. It's just like it can't use that Elgato well. It won't run like this program. It's not that the computer's outdated. The programs within the computer aren't updated enough to be able to run stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in that aspect, though, there's so much opportunity for people that like video games now to make a living.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's for sure.
I do still think a little bit though. To make a living playing video games or like streaming video games, I think a little bit of luck has to be involved.
Yep.
Definitely.
Like,
you gotta
Like
know people.
but it's like being famous in really anything. I guess like one break.
Yep.
One big break.
even to be like noticeable, like
One big break can change everything.
Mm-hmm.
you're right. No, you're right. Absolutely.
Some people think that's the risk, though. I mean, they take it. Look where they
If
end
you
up.
invest the time and money, you'll get somewhere.
Right.
No matter what, you'll get
It might
somewhat.
take you years.
You'll get somewhat of a following there.
Wasn't it you say Shroud streamed for like
A year with no viewers, like 2 viewers. Yeah. Stream for at least a year, maybe 2 years.
Now he's the most subscribed person on Twitch.
Past Ninja?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he's way up there. He's got like 1.7 million,
Holy shit. That's insane.
like 1.5, 1.6
That is
million.
actually ridiculous.
Yeah. He's Yeah, Shroud's kind of the king of Twitch.
He's a
right
weird
now.
dude too.
I like Shroud.
He's out there.
I don't think I've ever watched a Shroud stream as bad as that is.
They're good streams.
Yeah,
Shroud's
they-
a
yeah.
good streamer.
Shroud.
Sorry.
SHR.
Really, one of the big things is like audience involvement
Yeah.
is a big thing.
See, that's one thing I don't like
when
about
you
like
stream.
Ninja. I feel like Ninja's not involved enough with his chat. But I mean, it's understandable. I mean, it is Fortnite. It's fast paced. You gotta be focused. But
Shroud's got 6.1 million followers.
on Twitch,
You say 6.1?
Million.
I thought it was like 1. Jeez.
That's how many
That's
followers he's got.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Yes.
followers. Okay.
He's got like 100,000 subscribers, 60,000 subscribers. I don't know the exact number.
Subscribers,
still
subscribers
ridiculous,
are different.
though.
You have to pay. What do you
Yeah,
think about
it's like $5
subscribers?
a month. For
Ninja's
for
got-
Prime subs.
Ninja's got 14 million followers.
That's more than Shroud.
By a lot.
But I bet Shroud has more subscribers than Ninja. Because
I would also Ninja's fan base is probably the
Ninja's
majority
fan base doesn't have money. to
younger
buy.
kids.
Ninja's chats are all sub chats. You have to be a sub
Mm-hmm.
to be in his chat.
Well, think you have that many followers. You have that many people chatting at one time. They can probably crash Twitch's website.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's
He
a
gets
lot of-
like
That's a lot of people. And
GTA
one chat. Think about that. If all 16 million people are watching one stream and all chatting at the same time, that's
it's
unreal.
hard.
In the same place,
the
basically.
most watched stream.
That's technically like
Like
16 million people in the same
GTA
room
stream.
talking.
Right.
That's
Is
what
it
that
Summit
would.
streaming?
That's what that would equate.
I mean, the
No,
chat
it
would
was,
just be zooming. I mean,
That's one thing though. If I could take it
I
back,
don't know. I don't even know who the hell was. I never
if
even
I
heard
could
of him.
never
The
buy a
number one GTA
console,
streamer is Summit. It's not Summit.
Oh yeah, it is Summit.
if I could never buy a console, I would go back and rather play PC.
yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest it 100%.
I think PCs.
Like
better
if
than
you guys didn't have consoles and I built this PC, I would
I'll play PC.
I would
mean,
prefer only playing PC.
The only thing is, I don't know. It's just more convenient for me to play console.
I don't have that kind
I
of
think
money.
that's kind of I'm in the same boat. It's just
Yeah,
If
that's
I
what,
did, if I spent that on a computer, like I would just be like, shit, I just spent that on a fucking computer.
that's what I'm gonna save up this summer to do that. Try to build that computer.
yeah.
I gotta buy fucking groceries. I can't be buying.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's true.
And right now I'm currently unemployed, so it's not like I have
Yeah,
income.
both
coming
of us are.
But I don't know.
That's another good thing I would say about living on campus is there's an on-campus grocery store I can use my flex to.
Yeah, those are nice. There's like they have those at OU.
Yeah,
Those are really, really fucking nice.
they're really expensive though. Really expensive.
But yeah, they do kind of rip you off.